Cool Breeze Marine, our veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. It's time for the Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Now, William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 4 of the high school football season, live right here on Lake TV. We've got the Osage Indians traveling to play the Eldon Mustangs right here on Lake TV. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And Mike, familiar with this place like you are so many venues around mid-Missouri, and we're here for what should be a really good rivalry matchup tonight.
It is, and I'm sure both teams are looking at last season's matchup as a turning of fortunes, as it may be, as Eldon started 3-0. Osage started 0-3, but Osage comes out with a 28-0 win last year down at School the Osage. They won 7 in a row before they lost their district game to Reed Springs, and Eldon lost 7 in a row. So I'm sure that's in the back of the minds of all these coaches and a lot of the players as well.
Yeah, and us as well, because it's almost like we were here a year ago. Very near identical. We're going to tell you all about it on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. We're going to talk about the first 3 weeks of the season and how these teams got to this point. We're going to talk with both head coaches, that and a whole lot more when we return to your COMC pregame show.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
Back here on Lake TV for our COMC pregame show. William Holtz, Mike Bissell, and Mike, we look at Osage, we look at Eldon. Such a storied rivalry here in mid-Missouri. And first for Osage, you know, you don't want to beat a dead horse, but you got to talk about head coach Shannon Jolly and his ties and the significance of what he's done as a head coach for this program. There's a lot going into tonight's game.
I would think so, and if anybody knows about the Eldon offense, it would be Shannon Jolly. He installed that offense here several years ago, and of course he had a lot of great players that were able to enact what he was trying to do with that offense. But if anybody knows how to defend that, it would be Shannon Jolly of Osage.
Yeah, of course, this is his second time around at Osage. He was there 2000 to 2005, won back-to-back district titles there, and then he came right here to Eldon to be the Mustangs head coach, and he had a really successful run with Chad Holt as his defensive coordinator, and I believe he ended like a 66-year drought for Eldon winning a district championship or something close to that.
Yeah, they had a couple of tough losses. They ran into teams in the southwest portion of the state. Oh man, they just ran into some good teams. Mount Vernon was one. I can't think of the name of the little town that they lost the first time when they won their district and got to the quarterfinals.
Was it Fairgrove?
No.
Mount Grove.
No, and you should know this because the nickname of the team is the Cubs. I'll think of it in a little bit.
Monette.
Monette Cobbs. There you go. That's it. Monette, and then they lost again to Mount Vernon, as I said. And you run into those teams in the southwest part of the state. You're running into some superior football talent, and they got drilled both times pretty good in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it didn't go as far as they probably would have liked, but man, to get those district championships, something they hadn't had in so many years, and so a lot of success. And when he left for Capital City, people were real surprised here in Eldon when he went back and took the job at Osage. And so they're in his third year now with the Indians, and last year they came in 0-3, and this year they're coming into this game 0-3 as well. They've run into some really tough teams through 3 weeks.
Yeah, playing Jefferson City, that's still kind of is hard for me to really comprehend that they're in the same district with Jefferson City. That used to be the biggest school district in the state, but now with Cap City, it's worked that down quite a bit. But again, they played Blair Oaks. I was talking to some people, watched the game, said they fumbled early. They kind of hung with Blair Oaks there for a while in the first half. Had a fumble down on the goal line that really cost them. And the Moberly squad, that was a game that could have been won. They were probably, they took advantage of it. That is, Osage took advantage of a couple of turnovers very early in that contest and were able to hang, but just couldn't get over the top in that Moberly game.
Yeah, and what I saw in that game, since we had that and got to watch that whole thing, was their defense. I was so impressed with at times. They did get those takeaways, and their offense just wasn't able to capitalize as much as they would have liked on some of those opportunities. But their defense, because Moberly's offense had a couple of players that really talked about across the area, and they did a nice job hanging. They got a couple of four down stops. They got a couple of takeaways. And so that was a big victory, I think, for them defensively. And then you run into Blair Oaks. And so winless coming in, do you as a player, Mike, look at these guys and think that they're like, man, we have to win tonight?
Yeah, you don't want to go 0-4 because now you're really looking at being at the bottom of your district and having to play one of the top teams in the opening round of district play in week 10. But one thing that really stood out to me in that Osage game we had with Moberly, the young quarterback Trusty, I like him. I think that it's just a sophomore. It had been just his second varsity start. I thought he got a little bit locked in on his primary receiver and had some checkdowns that he could have taken a few times. But that's just experience. I think he's going to, as his career progresses, he's obviously a superior athlete, and I think he's going to learn to take those checkdowns instead of trying to force the big play.
Yeah, and you're talking about Maverick Trusty, the sophomore quarterback. Man, he is I was so impressed with some of the decisions he made in that game where he didn't try to do too much. And as you said, he's going to learn, he's going to progress. And so I'm kind of excited coming into tonight to see what he does because he wants to get that first career win under his belt. And then, of course, you got to talk about Aiden Williams. They call him A-Train. He told you could call him?
He said he actually preferred that. He specifically told me you can call me A-Train, but he was bottled up a little bit. I mean, they kept pounding him, but he was bottled up a little bit by Moore. We still had good numbers, and I suspect on this natural grass surface tonight, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for him, but he is talented, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him break one or two.
All right, so we told you all about Osage head coach Shannon Jolly, and I was fortunate enough to catch up with him just a little bit ago. Osage head coach Shannon, familiar place, week 4. Coach, how you feeling coming into week 4?
I feel good. I mean, it's hard not to feel good right now.
Coach, you're coming in against an Eldon team. Man, they looked really good in week 3. They won it big over their opponent. They're 2-1. What do you guys have to do to slow the Eldon team down tonight?
I just coming in as underdogs, you got to just play up and try to, these guys being 2-1 and coming off a big win is big for them. They've got all the momentum right now. We just want to kind of come in, clean some things up, and, represent ourselves.
I know you're familiar with Eldon head coach Chad Holt. It's always special when you guys get together and compete on the field. I know you don't make it bigger being the rivalry and it being against Chad Holt, but it's always special when you guys get together.
I don't know how much he has to do with it. I know I don't have very much to do with it anymore. Most of my guys take care of things, but Chad's a good coach. He came in and did a lot of great things for us when I was here, and that's why he became the head coach. And he's a great leader. So it's we're always rooting for him to win. Other than that one night.
Coach, I got one kid that I've really noticed this season of many. I want to tell me about senior John Kimmery.
John's just a kid that, kind of had an offensive presence about him last year. He transferred in, so we didn't know a lot about him and just getting to know him. But this year, he's become pretty physical and has made, a lot of big plays for us and has been super aggressive. So we're pleasantly surprised at his transition. But, he's been one of our better players this year, so we're real proud of him.
Coach, do one thing well tonight to leave Eldon with a W. What would that be?
Just make sure that I'm getting interviewed by Lake TV at the end of this game. So we're looking forward to that.
Coach, that's what happens if you win. Appreciate your time and good luck tonight.
Thanks, William.
That's Osage head coach Shannon Jolly.
Hi, I'm Greg Surdike from Surdike Yamaha on Osage Beach. For over 50 years, Surdike Yamaha has produced an after-the-sales service, during the sales service. You ride on our reputation, and we need a lot of good employees to come help make that dream happen. So what we're looking for sales, we're looking for parts, we're looking for service. We're in Osage Beach. You can contact us at SurdikeYamaha.com, get on our website, do an application. Again, we're at Surdike Yamaha. We've been doing it for 50 years, and we're going to keep on going. We want some good employees like you to come be part of the team.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Sometimes we take things for granted, but it truly is the little things in life that make a big difference and give us our best memories. At Millard Family Chapels, we honor and celebrate those cherished memories, no matter how small, because we know it's those special moments that mean the most to the families we serve.
At Millard Family Chapels, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life.
Take time to enjoy it.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Want to let you know we have one more week of our big national sales around Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and all the luxury brands of mattresses. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic sleep systems, $800 on Stearns & Foster. We can deliver, set them up, show you how to use them, and get a great night's sleep. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
And we welcome you back to our COMC pregame show. It's live high school football right here on Lake TV. Week 4 action sees the Osage Indians traveling right here to play the Eldon Mustangs. I'm William Holst, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. You've been here many times. You've seen a lot of Osage Indians, a lot of Eldon Mustangs over the years. And we told you about the Indians so far. We just got to hear from Coach Shannon Jolly, and we asked him about John Kemry, the senior, and he said he's kind of a transitional player, was an offensive player a year ago, as you guys heard, and he's transitioned to defense, and that's where we've really noticed him so far this year, Mike.
Well, he certainly stood out in the one time we did get to see him as a linebacker. Made a number of tackles against Moberly and those 2 big running backs that the Spartans had. So he'll be somebody we'll be keeping an eye on tonight for sure. Yeah,
our Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, spotlight player of the game. He leads the Indians in tackles for a loss, forced fumbles, sacks, and fumble recovery so far this year. And so he's all over the place defensively for him. And he's had a couple of good weeks back-to-back, and so he is looking forward to this rivalry tonight. His first time, of course, transferring in last year to the school of the Osage. So we've told you all about the Osage Indians. Now we got to talk about the hometown Eldon Mustangs, and under the direction of head coach Chad Holt. He's been here now his 12th season overall, and he's really familiar with, of course, Shannon Jolly, as we told you. But, man, his team's off to a great start, Mike.
They are, and, week 2, they got a little bit of a loss in there, but a good win last week, and Jalen Beckman got him off to a very good start in the game last Friday night against Gateway Tech, returning the opening kickoff for a touchdown. You actually can't really start any better than that, can you? So the Beckman family, obviously, parents outstanding athletes back in the for Versailles and Eldon, respectively. But got them off to a good start last week, but they're a ball control type team. So they'll want to establish their run very early, mix in the pass, hit a tight end occasionally, and maybe dump something off out in the flat. But it's going to be a run-oriented offense, and we're going to see a lot of running here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see that ground and pound style. Like we've seen it so many times with Coach Shannon Jolly. And anytime you get the Eldon Mustangs over the last 15 years or so, that is their style. And they've got some really good kids to highlight when you look at how they run the football. And I got to talk about first, running and passing. The senior quarterback, Mike, Hunter Hess, 4-year starter. I know you've seen a lot of kids. He's one of the more special athletes I've ever gotten to watch.
He certainly is. He's been fun to watch and so poised. What would he have been, like 14 or something when he started as a freshman? So he's seen it all, and you know that he, in his final season with Eldon, he wants to put up some big numbers. And Osage, I mean, that's a big marker there. That's a game you want to win as you're a senior at Eldon. Definitely, that's one that you're going to maybe get the highlighter out for very early in the season.
Yeah, and speaking of that rivalry, for being high school level, historically, they don't always love that you talk about it, but there's been some chip on the shoulder, if you will, as far as there's been some heat in this rivalry. The kids don't want to lose to the other school, and that you learn that early if you go to Eldon or Osage.
Well, the school districts are contiguous, right? I mean, they're right up against each other. These kids know each other. They probably work at the same places down at the lake during the summer together. So yeah, this is one that you definitely want to win, and they've had quite the series over the years. Eldon's had the better of it, but Osage, I just throw the records out. I mean, this is Eldon Osage. It's going to be a lot of fun. Beautiful night and a great crowd here tonight as well at Victor Field.
Beautiful night indeed. We're going to take a commercial break, and on the other side, we're going to have Eldon head coach Chad Holt.
Life jacket, cooler, drink, kayak. Get everything down to the water in record time. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick this lake season. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. crown-power.com.
Dealing with fatigue, sleepless nights, and chronic pain? Meet Dr. Beck with 40 years specializing in pain management, clinical nutrition, and board-certified in neuropathy. Boasting new techniques to the industry, including a rib adjustment only available at Beck Wellness. New specialty treatments for headaches, frozen shoulders, peripheral neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, and their brand new knee rehab. All while keeping nutrition top of mind. Call or go online today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness.
Exclusive lake luxury is hard to come by nowadays, but that's exactly what's available at the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
Whatever your lake dream, the Villages can make it a reality. Stake the claim to your lake paradise in the lake's premier luxury home development, the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
It's live high school football right here on Lake TV, just moments away from Osage and Eldon getting kicked off right here at 7 o'clock. So, Mike, we've talked about Osage. Now we're going to talk about Eldon. We talked about their head coach, Chad Holt, in his 6th year. And last year after 3-0, do you feel like that's in the back of your mind or maybe even the front of your mind after a pretty successful start and seeing your mentor come in once again at 0-3?
It has to be, don't you think? Especially once you start getting into Tri-County Conference play, which they are here tonight. The conference is so good. I mean, Hallsville's, they've built their program up. We know about Blair Oaks. We know about California. You know, it's tough every night. And once it starts snowballing on you like it did last year, man, it's tough to right the ship. And to get off to such a good start, but then end up 0-7. Ouch.
And luckily for Coach Chad Holt, his team is prime. They've got some senior and junior leadership, and they've got cousins, actually, that are incredibly special and have really started the season incredibly well statistically. And there are Cool Breeze Marine Spotlight players of the game for the Mustangs. We're going to call them the Beanland boys. It's Andrew Beanland and Evan Beanland. They're cousins. Andrew's the tail running back, the star running back, and he comes in, Mike, with some pretty gaudy numbers on this season, averaging 8.5 yards a carry, nearly 500 yards through 3 games, and he's got 6 touchdowns. That's impressive in itself.
Well, the Beanland name at running back at Eldon, I mean, that goes back, I'm assuming, and I don't know the exact relationship, but I'm assuming father and uncle in there somewhere. Man, there have been some great running backs here with that last name of Beanland over the years for the Mustangs.
And we're going to stick with the Beanland last name and then look at Evan Beanland, who's the linebacker, also a junior. Man, through 3 games, 3 picks, 2 fumble recoveries, a handful of other, whether it's deflections and tackles for a losses. But how active can you be defensively through 3 weeks?
Does he play for the Jets? Ouch,
Wow.
ouch. I'm
Ouch.
sorry. That just came out of nowhere.
Better button this.
Big Bills
Better
fan
button
here.
this now.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they kind of feed off each other, cousins like that. Hey, I'll run it, you stop it on the other side.
Really cool to see that name, as you said, which has a lot of meaning here in Eldon. So for the cousins we have in the years they're having, I know both of those guys are like, man, we want to get out there against those Indians. We want to get at it quick and put up some numbers.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
The Eldon community, and this goes back a few years, lost a good friend here yesterday. Fred Norman, who was an outstanding player at Tipton in the early 70s, was a successful coach everywhere he was at. He was Wellsville. He had Freddie Johnson up there at Waynesville. He took Eldon to a state championship game against Charleston. He had another season where they started out 27-0. He passed away yesterday. Fred was a good friend, a lot of fun to work with as being the head coach here at Eldon, actually 2 different times. But he passed away yesterday, and our deepest sympathy to his family and friends and everybody that was connected to Coach Norman here at Eldon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll mimic those condolences along with the family and friends. Man, tough loss there. And for Eldon, it's such a community that really does have some deep ties. And I think it's only fitting that after that tribute, it's time for tonight's national anthem. Wonderful job by the Marching Mustangs with tonight's national anthem. And so, Mike, now we got to talk about, of course, we told you about Coach Chad Hope. We didn't let you hear from him. And fortunately enough for me and for you guys, I talked to him just a little bit ago. Eldon head coach Chad Holt, coach, in front of your home crowd. As I got here tonight, I noticed it is an electric environment.
It is. It's always fun when Osage and Eldon get together, and we know it's going to be hard no matter what happens, and it's always nice that it's on our field, too.
Coach, off to a great start, 2-1. Big win a week ago. What's been the key to your team's success early on in this season?
It's minimizing our own mistakes. Against Owensville, we didn't miss the ball game. We had a lot of penalties, and the other 2 weeks, we played penalties, we win. It's not hard to figure that out there.
Coach, I look at your roster. I see so many good playmakers. One that I know is really special to you and has been a 4-year starter, the senior quarterback, Hunter Hess. Let's talk about him for a minute.
He's an incredible leader for us. It's nice to have. He's thinking about what I am almost before me, so it's nice he's on the field. He can relay it. No matter what I'm thinking, he knows how to relate to those guys, and he really takes ownership and a lot of pride in that being his offense.
Yeah, I've been one of the coolest guys to call over the course of my life. I mean, he's unbelievable, and you got a lot of great athletes. One thing I have to ask, every time you and Coach Shannon Jolly get together, it's pretty special.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you get to play against your mentor, it's always something a little bit special, but we have great respect for each other, and we like to give each other a hard time about it. And it's just a game at the end of the day, but it's always fun to compete with him.
All right, Coach, when you look at Osage, 0-3, but you know better than anybody with a tough schedule. This team's always tough. What do your Mustangs have to do tonight to make sure you guys go to 3-1?
We got to, like I said, limit the penalties and no turnovers. And then, of course, we got to stop 34 for them. He's an absolute animal in the backfield, and just make sure that we don't give up the big plays and play disciplined football.
Coach, thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, Will.
No problem. That's Eldon head coach Chad Holt.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
And here come the Stangs onto the field as you get to see it there meeting at center field with the Mustang and, of course, the USA flag just minutes away from kickoff. I'm William Holtz here on Lake TV, and I'm joined by my good buddy, the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell. And, Mike, I love Lake area football, but every time these two teams get together, it just has a little bit of a special feel to it, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And I haven't got to do this game for a few years because of certain circumstances, but it's good to be back here tonight. We'll also be keeping an eye on a couple of other games. Camdenton on the road tonight, looking to go 3-1. A very, very winnable game at Parkview tonight, Springfield Parkview, after coming off that 52-28 win over Waynesville last Friday night. And for the Versailles Tigers, they're at El Dorado Springs. You say Dorado, I say Dorado. Let's call the whole thing off now. Let's go ahead and play it. That's a winnable game for Versailles, as well as El Dorado Springs has not won a game. There's a couple of teams that met in districts a couple of years in a row, and Versailles got some wins against El Dorado Springs. So that'll be a fun one tonight, and we'll be updating scores from those two games as the evening progresses.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Of course, some people watching could be curious what's going on with California. Of course, they're off to a great start, 2-1. They're at Blair Oaks tonight, and Blair Oaks, as we told you, they took it to Osage. Of course, Blair Oaks takes it to most people, especially coming off what feels like their first regular season loss in, well, forever.
Yeah, getting bounced up to Class 3, and Lutheran North out of St. Louis, private school, obviously, that's going to be a tough one. They play tough games, too, in the non-conference. They don't duck anybody at all. So, but they're going to be good. I mean, that program is just self-sustaining and just continues even without the Hare brothers playing.
Yeah, as we get a look at the captain's meeting at center field, as we direct our attention down to there, you see the love and the closeness between friends. They all know each other, and pretty cool to see. And now we're going to get to hear tonight's coin toss.
All right, gentlemen, good sportsmanship tonight, all right? Watch hits away from the ball. When the ball's not in the area, don't block, don't hit, all right? Main thing is listen to us as officials. Coaches, if you hear us out there yelling, count your players, stop doing this, stop doing that. Those are all indicators that flags are coming. Flags are bad. They're bad for you, and they don't look so good for us. Let's keep that to a minimum if we can. All right, the last thing I'll tell you, when you're downfield, make sure you're not leading with your head, okay, or your shoulder. Make sure you're leading with your hands on block or a tackle, okay? All right, coaches, anytime we have a penalty, if there's a decision to be made, I'll come to you on the sideline, okay? Any questions at all? Okay, good luck to you, gentlemen. Okay, Osage, you're the visitor today. Hang on, we're going to flip here real quick. Heads, tails, heads. What's your call?
Tails.
Tails, you said? Tails. Now drop it. We'll reflip it. It is a tail. You won the toss.
Defer.
Defer, okay. Osage wins the toss. They're going to defer.
So you heard it right there. Osage wins the toss and defers, and so it's nearly time for kickoff as we conclude our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show right here on Lake TV. It's the 0-3 Osage Indians. It's the 2-1 Eldon Mustangs live on Lake TV, presented by Polylift Boat Lifts.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock. We're just about a minute away from kickoff, and those great field shots provided by Sean Cover, in addition to our crew this year, back with the Lake TV team. Did you know Sean was one of the original 3 founders and owners of Lake TV?
I didn't know that.
Back in 2008, and he's one of the most talented videographers that's ever been at the lake. And so for us to have him back with us doing what he does so well and loves is pretty cool and pretty special. And those kind of shots right there I'm talking about, you're going to get all night long. And, man, he is great on the field. You should have seen him at that racing event in Moberly. It's like his element, man. So we have laid the foundation. We've set the stage, and now the only thing left to do is Friday Night Lights right here on Lake TV. Glad you're joining us, whether you're watching us on Como Connect Channel 90, our Facebook live stream, YouTube Live, Lake TV on Roku, Lake TV on Amazon Fire, or online at mylaketv.com. We're glad you're with us, and it's time for football.
Andrew Beanland back deep for Eldon, along with Jalen Beckman. If you watched film of last week's game, they're probably not going to kick it right at Beckman.
You never know. I wouldn't think so. All right, so we are set for kickoff and underway officially. That's going to be fielded at about the 13-yard line by Beckman, and he's going to be taken down at about the 28-yard line by Dane DePay with the stop. And DePay defensively makes a lot of plays, but probably Maverick Trusty's favorite target offensively.
Yeah, he's a great receiver, and we saw that in week 2 as they had a good night against Moberly.
Yeah, 2 scores, nearly 100 yards, a great night overall. So now Osage, after giving the kickoff to Eldon, we'll see what this Eldon offense all about, led, of course, by the senior signal caller, Hunter Hess. And I've been looking forward to our first Eldon call just because Hunter's so much fun to watch, and he's got a lot of playmakers around him this year. Interesting 2-men in motion here and stop way in the backfield.
Yeah, that couldn't have been right.
It looked strange from the start, and it only continued to appear weirder as it developed.
Well, you've got a man in motion, Smithson, coming across the formation, and then you had Beanland going with him right together. So you're just drawing the whole defense to one spot. And a loss of 3 yards, not the way Eldon wanted to get started.
No, and a team like Eldon that loves to keep it on the ground a lot, that don't like to get behind the sticks, but out of the shotgun, something I'm not accustomed to seeing.
And now we have a flag, and I think somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Dead ball foul, procedure on Eldon.
So the first our veterinary penalty flag on the night goes against the home team and backs them up 5 more yards. So not a first-rate 43 seconds for the Mustangs. Fortunately, just 43 seconds into the game.
Devin Hardy back in the lineup. I mean, he's a fun kid to watch, not only football but in basketball as well. He was out last week. I'm not sure what the nature of the injury was or what the situation was, but he is back for the Mustangs, and he is definitely a deep threat.
Yeah, great to get one of your playmakers back, your X factors, and that's exactly what the Mustangs consider Devin Hardy. So big pickup for them coming into this one. Nice little read option. Going to be a passing play, looking for his target. A little high, a little hot, falls incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and long, but I like the play call, Mike.
Yeah, a great effort along the sideline there for the receiver, but just ran out of room there on the sideline. Couldn't get the feet down in the catch. And Eldon, 3rd and long, 3rd and 19. This is not their forte.
No, and he was looking for Hardy along the sideline, a nice route. And again, I love the play design. That read option, it was crisp, it was clean. It just wasn't the perfect ball. So on 3rd and long now, Eldon got their work cut out for him.
Yeah, I think they'll probably run the ball here. You don't want to make a mistake and turn the ball over on the first possession. Nope.
Hess under pressure now. A lot of time. He extends the play, throws, and just throws it out. Surprising to see Eldon come out and throw all 3 downs to start that series, and they're going to be facing a 4th down and long after starting with the football.
They had an illegal receiver downfield. I think they'll let that go after the incomplete pass, and Eldon will be forced to punt here on their first possession. And that first play kind of set the tone for it. I think what we saw on the play previous to this one was what they were wanting to do on 1st down here, William. It just, somebody running the wrong direction. Yeah,
and as a coach, especially starting the game, it's frustrating, but a lot of time here. So Eldon set to punt. I think Hess does the punting duties as well. Short kick hits an Eldon player, I believe. It does, up at about the 49-yard line, and that's where Osage will start with the football. And so all eyes now, Mike, can be directed towards the sophomore, Maverick Trusty. We both talked about. We saw things we liked, and so I'm excited to see what he does tonight.
Yeah, after another game under his belt, let's see where they're going to mark this ball here, William. I think that should have been dead at about the 44, but they've got it marked back at the 31 now. Now they're going to switch it. It was touched. It actually, the player for Eldon running downfield for coverage didn't see the ball, just kind of hit him on the shoulders and went by.
Yeah, and
that's the correct spot.
And the back judge threw the beanbag, and it landed right at the 49, and so rightfully so. And it's nice because I'm sometimes critical of the officials, Mike, and I shouldn't be. So I always like to say when they do a great job.
And they appreciate that too, I'm sure.
First down, it's going to be Colonius with the handoff. A lot of room. Oh, baby, here's Colonius inside the 30, and he tripped up. The ball's on the turf, and lucky for Jason Colonius, the junior, goes out of play at the 21-yard line. And so a misdirection play opens a huge hole and a big gainer on first down.
Yeah, 31 yards, and he had that whole side of the right side of the offense was wide open, and hustling over there to stop the touchdown run was Jalen Beckman for Eldon.
Yeah, that was near disaster for Osage. That was ball popped loose, and there was an Eldon player there, but it just rolled out of play. So new series here. It's Williams with the handoff, tries to get outside the left, got some room, but Beckman chases him down, and that's great speed outside.
Yeah, that was surprising that the A-train didn't try to cut back there a little bit. Aiden Williams. He had a one-on-one, usually going to plant that left foot, moving to your left and try to cut back on the defender.
Yeah, we see another look here, and Williams thought he had the speed, but Beckman says no siree, and after the 4-yard gain, second down, already inside the Lake Ozark Real Estate red zone are the Osage Indians. Second down handoff. It's Colonius again. He splits the defenders and down to about the 11-yard line. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down inside the 11, and Osage, that two handoffs to Colonius have picked up the majority of their yards here.
Yeah, no doubt. Krantz with a good tackle there for Eldon. He stayed home, but he was back at the line of scrimmage a little bit, so a good gain and plenty of yardage for the first down for the Indians.
So it's first down and 10, balls at the 11-yard line. Trusty under center, gives it to Williams on the quick handoff. Not a whole lot doing. Great penetration by the interior of the Eldon line.
Jackson Williams, I believe, in on that tackle for the Eldon Mustangs. Had some help in there as well from Trevor Hargis.
It's one thing I've noticed over the last handful of years with Eldon is their line is always really strong, Mike, especially interior. You've seen some great running backs here in Eldon over the last handful of seasons. Second down and 8. Trusty. It's Colonius again, and he's got a lot of room into the end zone for the score. Jason Colonius, the junior, 3 carries on the drive. This one from 8 yards out, and Osage strikes first, Mike.
Yeah, 47 yards on 3 carries for Colonius, and I guess when you're focusing on Aiden Williams, well, Colonius has taken advantage of it. Man, what a first drive for the Osage Indians.
Indeed, now on to attempt the extra point. Brady Clark. Landon Childs will hold. High snap. Childs does a good job of abandoning the play. He's going to try to get in for 2, and he does. Landon Childs with a brilliant heads-up play. It was a high snap he handles. He tucks it, he rolls, and he scores the 2-point conversion, and Osage out in front 8-0 on Lake TV.
As you dream of your lake life, I invite you to dream bigger. Topsider Condos, the coolest place to live at the lake.
So what do you think? Your dream of living in luxury at Lake of the Ozarks could be but one phone call away. I wouldn't wait. Topsider.
Hi, I'm Greg Surdike from Surdike Yamaha on Osage Beach. For over 50 years, Surdak Yamaha has produced an after-the-sales service, during the sales service. You ride on our reputation, and we need a lot of good employees to come help make that dream happen. So what we're looking for sales, we're looking for parts, we're looking for service. We're in Osage Beach. You can contact us at SurdakYamaha.com, get on our website, do an application. Again, we're at Surdak Yamaha. We've been doing it for 50 years, and we're going to keep on going. We want some good employees like you to come be part of the team.
Back here on Lake TV as Osage converts the touchdown with the 2-point conversion. Now Colonia set to kick off for the Indians as well.
Well, Eldon on their first possession had a -8 yards net, a 3-yard loss on a running play, and then a 5-yard penalty, and then a couple of incomplete passes. So they've got nowhere to go but up offensively here, and they'd like to get a good return to start this possession off.
Two big playmakers back, Beckman and Beanland. End over and kick. Beckman will do the honors inside his 5. Trying to get outside, and oh, he is nailed. Great piece of hitting and great coverage for Osage.
Hunter Schreierman, that was a freshman getting down there on special teams. What a nice tackle.
Oh, I had 18, but
okay,
you had 16, and it was the freshman. You are correct. Man, that was really impressive, Mike. And
yes,
great eyes, too, because I had 18.
Well, you could have talked me out of that very easily. It's been a long week for me.
Yeah, and we're glad you're here after the week you've had. A true professional. Mike Bissell, we appreciate what you bring to our broadcast this year, my friend. And excited here with Osage out in front early. Let's see if Eldon can respond. Misdirection play.
Nice.
Beckman in motion. Beanland now. Great effort. He's going to be taken down by a slew of Osage Indians, but not until he has a 5-yard gain.
That was the play they wanted to run on the first possession. That's a 6-yard pickup for Beanland. He got a lot of that on his own, but that misdirection, very patient running, and then gets low and finishes it off as best he can. Dooley coming up there and helping out on the tackle along with others for Osage.
So brings up 2nd and 5 and a much better start to this series for Eldon now, 2nd and 5. Beckman in motion, takes the snap, and great piece of tackling out in the flat.
Well,
Landon Childs again.
Form tackle there as Beckman never really got a chance to square himself up. Does get a yard out of it, and 3rd and 3 coming up for Osage. That was a great tackle.
And like you said, the way he did it so fundamentally sound, low, did not put his helmet up towards the head or chest area of the player. I mean, that's such an emphasis, which is, I know, hard for these players, but great stop by Landon Childs. So 3rd down and 4. I think it's closer to 3 out of the shotguns. Hunter Hess. Quick hitter, and it's
love it.
Beckman. Yeah, I love the play. That is a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and that read option, I love that slant's almost always there. You freeze the linebacker on the handoff, a perfect throw gets it done, and that was a perfect throw from Hess to Beckman.
Yeah, I like the way Hess manipulated that throw through traffic there, but you're right. When you get the play action off there, the linebackers can't get any depth at all. Beckman just plants his left foot, slants, and he's wide open. Perfect throw.
Man, this Eldon team, they've got weapons, Mike. Little reverse. Uh-oh, that one's on the ground, and Hunter Hess, that's how you know he's a senior. He doesn't try to do anything too cute and pick that disastrous play up and extend it. He falls on the football and says, hey, it's not ideal, but we'll have 2nd down.
Yeah, William, that's again somebody going the wrong direction there, and the handoff got up on the hip, and Eldon fortunate to hang on to the ball, although they do lose 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's really tough. That's 2 times tonight, Mike, that they have backed themselves way up and put themselves behind the marker. But again, Hunter Hess, a lot of times kids will try to pick that up and it'll get way worse in a hurry.
I like Hardy out here one-on-one if you can get time for Hess.
Quick hitter to Beckman. Close quickly, does DePay, and Hardy was the up man. Tried to get a chip on the players, but Osage had 3 guys out there for only 2 receivers.
Yeah, but you give yourself a chance now, as Hess now 2 of 4 passing. You give yourself a chance now on 3rd and 12.
Are you surprised? And I guess it may be the long yardage situation, but just how much Eldon is passing here? Almost forced to, I guess.
And a completely different offense, too. I mean, a single set, you're running out a shotgun all the time and not running that zone read that they had run for years and years and years. Maybe just adapting to the personnel you have, too.
Right, which is what you would suspect with this team. So 3rd down and 12. Hess throws it into the flat, has his man Beckman, who's got some room, but a great tackle from underneath. Man, Noah Stevens has the stop. I thought he was going to have first down yardage, and Steven came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was an outstanding tackle. The 3rd catch by Beckman. And you'll see the closing speed here. What a throw by Hess as he was getting his legs chopped out from underneath him. And they just missed the block there. That is Eldon, or that would have been the first down. Nice recovery, but man, when you lose 7 on first down, you really put yourself behind the sticks.
Man, I didn't notice the hit that Hess took till the replay, and he's right back up, and he delivered a strike as he knew he was getting ready to get nailed. So we have a timeout by the Mustangs. So when we come back on Lake TV, it's 4th down and 4 with 5:24 left in the first.
Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, Owner Associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam, and tell you what, here at Victor Field, the Eldon student section's always been a big one, even from when I was in school, Mike, at Alley Field, way down the road. I mean, Friday nights in Eldon were special, and I'll tell you what, we weren't any good either. They were still special.
Yeah, I'll never forget being in a Chiefs game one year in late November. My friend said, "Hey, how'd your broadcast go this year?" And I said, "Well, the 2 teams we covered went 1-19, and they played each other. So draw your own conclusions there."
Oh, we've had seasons like that for sure. So 4th down and 4, Eldon lines up as if they'll punt, and it's going to be a fake. Snap it to the up man, and Osage all over it.
Wow, what a great reaction on defense by Noah Stevens on special teams, man. That looked initially like it was going to go.
Had a lead man. Stevens, unbelievable. Between Kimmery and Stevens cleaning it up, and then also coming in there. Wow. So Osage out in front 8-0. They get the football with great field possession here. Ball's the 41-yard line, Mike, and I don't necessarily mind the call from Chad Holt. I think it was well designed. It just was a great effort on the play by Noah Stevens.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget that there's other things that can happen other than going down and blocking for the punt. 8-0 Osage, and they got a chance to extend.
Trusty pitches it to Aiden Williams, who's got some daylight and some blockers, and he's going to stumble forward for 5 or 6.
Evan Beanland getting out there. Had a lot of help from Eric Krantz. Krantz is a ball player.
Certainly is. So 2nd down and 4. 7 minutes gone here in the first quarter, and it's gone all the way of the Indians here through the early going.
A bit of a block in the back there that was not called.
Yeah, I think they could call something almost every play. It's interesting when you see it and when you don't. Now Colonius still on his feet, making people miss, and here goes Jason Colonius. Still on his feet. Oh my goodness. The junior will not go down. He's finally forced out at the 2-yard line. Mike, a 33-yard run and a Beck Wellness Center first down.
Wow. I mean, that's just effort. I mean, there's no describing that or explaining that. That's just effort on Colonius's part. And he's getting up close to 100 yards here in the first quarter.
I mean, that was 2 times. First here, thought he was down.
Kept the feet moving, and somebody let go of that leg.
There again.
Yeah, DePay thought the play was over, too.
As we come back, it's A-Train up the middle. Aiden Williams with the score from 2 yards out, and Osage extends their lead to 14-0 here with 4:21 left.
Again, 0-3, 2-1. It's Osage and Eldon. That does not mean a whole lot. Let's see if the center snap is going to be down. I don't think that was an intentional two-point conversion the last time, but a great improvisational play by Landon Childs.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is true for Brady Clark, the sophomore. So Osage up 15-0, still 4:21 left in the first.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Want to let you know we have one more week of our big national sales around Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and all the luxury brands of mattresses. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic sleep systems, $800 on Stearns & Foster. We can deliver, set them up, show you how to use them, and get a great night's sleep. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Bail more, lift more, load more, pull more, do more with Kubota. Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Dig a real machine, the brand new Kubota SVL 97 compact track loader. Visit us to learn more at crown-power.com.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week, week 4. We've got Osage and Eldon. And Mike, Osage, man, this is a dream start for Shannon Jolly and his team.
And especially for Colonius, I have him for 81 yards on 4 carries here in the first quarter. We've not played 8 minutes yet, so yeah, that 20-point-something average, that adds up in a hurry, doesn't it?
Yeah, and capped off by the Aiden Williams 2-yard score and the extra point, so 15-0, and Eldon going to be eager to try to get something going. Colonius, great start to this one. He's set to kick off, and it's going to be a short kick.
A great play on the sideline just to get up there and cover the ball there by Rhett Bayshore.
And really, he slid to make the play. That was a great grab because that ball can do a lot of things off the ground.
Rhett's dad, Jeremy, is still the career leading rusher for the Eldon Mustangs. They ran a spread offense with 4 wide receivers spread out, and he was a single setback, and he put up over 3,000 yards in his career.
Is that Austin's younger brother? Austin was a quarterback for a little bit here, Austin Bayshore?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Could be wrong.
Something, oh, it's the T was still on the field.
You don't want to land on, yeah, you don't want to land on the T.
Especially when you're not anticipating it. I mean, that could do some real damage.
Is this field beautiful or what? It's the first year it was awful, but man, oh man, they've really done some work on this.
Beanland, quick snap. Great pursuit by Osage. There's nothing there for Eldon on that first down run.
I tell you, the one thing that stood out to me here in this first quarter is that Osage just looks a step quicker.
Yeah, they're hungry. They're firing right off the snap. They're closing the gap, Mike, and great pursuit of the football. And one thing I love about this is it being real grass. I mean, you love the turf and what that means for weather, but we're seeing some injuries that makes you wonder.
Yeah, there's sometimes you plan on the artificial stuff, and it doesn't give at all.
Second down now. Beanland right up the middle and going to be taken down by number 41 Colonius again, who's doing it in all 3 phases right now.
Yeah, Jason's having a night, isn't he? And Eldon again behind the sticks, and again, this is just not the kind of offense they want. I love how they pull the right tackle, but he just could not get the block on Colonius. And I think if Beanland could have cut back to his left a little bit, he'd had some more running room. But again, good reaction by the Osage defense.
Yeah, linebacker Colonius came down and no one touched him. He just made a great tackle. So 3rd down and long. Hunter Hess now under pressure. Going to take a shot, looking for his target. He had him. Couldn't get it to him, but man, that had been a big play as Zach Smithson was open. Nice attempt, but Hess had gotten his body turned around and couldn't get enough mustard on it. So 4th down and 10 now for Eldon.
And Eldon, a little bit of a nightmare first quarter for them. They've lost yardage on 2 of their possessions big time right off the bat. So they had something in long. And really the kind of the same thing with this possession with the loss of 2 yards on first down. So Hess will have to punt it away once again.
It's at the 28-yard line. We'll see how many booming yards he gets on this one.
That's DePay back there, but the ball doesn't get to him, and so good field position once again for Osage.
Yeah, at the 46 is where they take over. So just a 32-yard punt for Hess, and with 2:57, Osage in control and with the football. Suspect we'll see 41 get a carry?
Well, I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, you have to focus on Williams to a certain extent, but boy, Osage has taken advantage of that here in the first quarter. They've run those counter plays to Colonius, and they've gotten him, well, popped open, and then he had that one great effort on his own. He already picked up good yardage, but then took it down for the long, long run of 34.
So on first down, pitch out to Williams. Wall of defenders. Beckman guy there makes him cut back inside and then cleaned up after a modest gain of 2. Nice job by Eldon.
Yeah, I thought that could have been a block in the back again on Beckman as you watch him now coming to the outside. His numerical counterpart, Stubbs, got him in the back a little bit, but play on, clean block.
Yeah, it's close. Always tough to say on those ones. Now, second down and 9. Eldon facing a 15-point deficit here early in this one. Their defense has to get a stop here, give it back to the offense.
Boy, Eldon's really stacking the box, and you got to be careful with these talented runners. That's Colonius going left this time and getting more positive yardage. When you put that many men in the box, man, you get past that first wave, and then it can be big, big trouble.
Not just that, but I mean a play action or read option, and a guy, and we've seen it so much for both of these offenses, especially Eldon. I mean, with Hunter Hess, where they'll just run it up the middle, and then their first pass attempt of the game is a 51-yarder up the seam. So you got to look for that, and Eldon continuing here to stack the box, Mike.
DePay with single coverage from Hunter Hess out on the right.
Maverick Trusty now looks to the sideline, and Osage elects to call a timeout. That's their first of the game. So with 1:39 left in the first quarter, we'll be right back on Lake TV.
Dealing with fatigue, sleepless nights, and chronic pain? Meet Dr. Beck with 40 years specializing in pain management, clinical nutrition, and board-certified in neuropathy. Boasting new techniques to the industry, including a rib adjustment only available at Beck Wellness. New specialty treatments for headaches, frozen shoulders, peripheral neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, and their brand new knee rehab. All while keeping nutrition top of mind. Call or go online today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
It seems like there's a great high school football rivalry game on Lake TV every Friday night. Here we go again. This week, it's the Lakers and Zizzers squaring off. Perennial playoff contenders and Ozark Conference rivals Camdenton and West Plains square off at the Jaws of Death, Bob Shore Stadium. It all starts with the COMC pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. Will it be the Lakers or Zizzers? Join William Holtz and Mike Bissell Friday night to find out on Lake TV.
And we're back, Mike, just in time to see this third down and 4 play for the Indians. The sophomore Maverick Trusty yet to put the ball in the air. And why would you, with the run game working as well? And it's Colonius once again, got a lot of room, and he's crossed the 30, still on his feet, cuts back inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. That is a big gainer.
41 yards, wow.
Colonius obviously well over 100 already here in the first quarter. It is the Jason Colonius night for Osage, and it's going to be another Beck Wellness Center first down, and the Indians once again inside the Lake Ozark real estate red zone.
And a hustle play by Landon Beanland to stay with the play to come back and save the touchdown here late. Wow, what a night. Colonius well over 100 yards here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's one thing when you know they're keying in on somebody else, but you got to take advantage and make the plays, and Colonius has done that. First down and goal. Snap over Trusty's head, and with a 15-point lead, he wisely falls on it. We saw Hess do that earlier, and as a sophomore, Mike, with a 15-point lead, you love seeing that opposed to him go to pick it up and fumble it further back, because that happens.
Yeah, and that could have, I mean, that's a momentum-changing type play, too. If Osage were to give up the ball there, Eldon will say, okay, we dodged a bullet, not a 3-score deficit here in the first quarter. But now it's second goal from, the 18-yard line for Osage, and I'm sure it changes their play call.
Indeed. The only receiver out there is DePay. Colonius now gets the handoff again, cuts inside, and he's going to be limited to about a 4-yard gain and bring up third down and goal from the 13.
Yeah, and that's going to wrap up the first quarter of play, it looks like. I do have one score for you. El Dorado Springs leading Versailles through 1, 13-6.
And as far as score updates on my end, it's 7-0 Camdenton up in front in the first there. So we'll take a commercial break and remind you this quarter break made possible by our friends at Our Veterinary.
Our veterinary is the proud official veterinary of Lake TV. For every 5 penalty flags during tonight's game, our veterinary will donate a free spay or neuter to Ozarks Cat and Canine. Another reminder that the best way to prevent more stray dogs and cats in your lake neighborhood is to get your pet spayed or neutered.
Life jacket, cooler, drink, kayak. Get everything down to the water in record time. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick this lake season. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. crown-power.com.
As we welcome you back here on Lake TV, it's our Ozark Homes fan cam and the Osage cheerleaders getting the student section going here. And Mike, so through 1 quarter of play, goes without saying, Osage up and by 15 and in control right now. What's Eldon going to have to do? Obviously they want to get a stop, but what are they going to have to do to get back in this one?
They just look a step slower than Osage here tonight. Osage just great anticipation on the counter plays, reacting very well. But when you have a running back with 131 yards rushing in the first quarter, that's kind of hard to overcome.
Yeah, and it's a
Colonius.
Career night for the junior Jason Colonius. He's a linebacker. He kicks for Osage, and he's technically their fullback. He doesn't get a lot of action. He doesn't get a lot of carries. And tonight, Coach Shannon Jolly and the Indian coaching staff said they were onto something watching film, and it's worked to perfection through the first quarter. 15-0 Osage, trying to add to it with a 3rd and goal. Pitch it out to Colonius. He's going to be taken down. Great pursuit and great tackle on that play. It was V.J. Jones, the senior, and he is a ball player, Mike. I know over the last...
Who did you have on the tackle there?
V.J. Jones.
Okay.
And I've called his name a lot the last couple of years, one of the interior linemen. I believe both sides of the ball, but, man, he got some speed to get out there and make that stop.
Yeah, a little bit better anticipation there on that deep toss. And a long field goal attempt coming up here, 35-yarder.
Man, that'd be something. It's the sophomore, Brady Clark. Landon Childs will hold. And as you said, a 35-yard attempt. The hold is decent. It's a low liner, a little flat, and he missed it low and to the left. So with 11:09, Eldon, a huge stop.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought the snap just a little bit high, and it threw the timing off. And Hess putting some big-time pressure coming off the right side of the offensive formation there, stretched out, maybe affected that. Didn't get a hand on it, but he certainly maybe rushed the kicker a little bit on the play. So Eldon does get the stop, that high center snap. We saw that in the Moberly game a couple of times early too. That put them behind the sticks on the 1st and goal, and that was 2nd goal from the 18. So that really changes how this sorted itself out in this drive for Osage.
See if Eldon can capitalize. A lot went right for them right there. They get the stop now. Little read option. Hess going to tuck it and take it. Tries to get outside and does. Great block by his receiver on the edge. And he's got a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and a nice job by the senior.
Yeah, and Devin Hardy, the ceiling block there. I mean, you don't have to pancake the guy. Just get in his way. And Devin realized that he's got a chance to get a block. Just gets in DePay's way. Nicely done. And Hess finished it off for a good game.
And more importantly, Mike, he anticipated where the front of the defender was going to be and didn't take him in the side or the back to get that penalty. Really great play by Hardy. Brings up 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs.
So something positive on 1st down for Eldon.
Beanland gets the handoff. Nice job. Looked like it was nearly a drop snap. Good recovery and a positive gain of 4 yards brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I like that little jump step there by Beanland, showing his quickness to get some positive yardage as somebody had stepped right into the hole that had been created for him, so he gets something positive on 1st down.
Eldon, they want points, but giving their defensive break is huge. They've been on the field the majority of this one so far. Quick hitter on the play action. Great pass. Nice catch by Beckman. If he wasn't tripped up, he probably scores up to the 50 for a 16-yard gain, and that's a Beck Wellness Center 1st down and another strike from Hess, Mike.
Yeah, again, that same type of play action. The linebackers can't get any depth and just hit the quick slant. They gave Beckman a lot of room out there, and you're right. If he's not tripped up, that might go.
Yeah, I don't know who had the tackle. It was a great play, and I thought Beckman might be off to the races. A nice gainer nonetheless, and it's 1st down and 10 at midfield. Another quick hitter, great throw, has Hardy, and Hardy's going to be taken down at about the 29-yard line, another 21 yards, and another Beck Wellness Center 1st down.
Yeah, I think something that Eldon's coaching staff has recognized is that the corners are giving big cushions, and Hardy was just out there by himself as he had a little bit of a crossing pattern.
So another big gainer, and Eldon now little momentum. They've got Osage on their heels a bit. Out of the gun once again. Quarterback draw for Hess. He's patient, finds a hole, and a great piece of tackling on the play for Osage. Noah Stevens once again with the stop, because really great first move by Hess to make the first guy miss, and his patience did it, but Stevens limits him to a couple.
15-0 Osage with the lead here. But Eldon moving the ball and trying to answer. And after really having to throw the ball away on his first 2 pass attempts for Hess, he's hit 5 in a row.
Beanland takes the handoff. We have an our veterinary penalty flag, and Beanland was kind of spun around on the hit as the flag's the 25. Yeah, it could be a momentum killer sometimes, Mike. They're moving the football positively. About to be a 3rd down and short. Instead, you're going to have a 2nd down and long after the holding call on the Mustangs.
Yeah, they pulled both guards trying to get out front there. If it was who I thought I saw the hold, that wasn't a lot really, but you get that hand outside the shoulder pads. Yeah, that's going to get a flag most times.
So scoots him back to the 35, Mike, and it's going to be 2nd down and 15 from that spot, maybe 16. So for Eldon, it does change the momentum a little bit, but still in good shape here. 2nd down and 15, get about 7 or 8 here and make it manageable.
And you would think it's 4-down territory as well.
Pass out into the flat. Beckman is nailed on the stop. DePay comes out there, and he was a one-man wrecking crew, and he saw it the whole way.
Yeah, and they didn't get the block out there, and the pass led Beckman into the defender. You want to try to you don't want a lateral pass in case it's dropped, and that's a fumble then, but you don't want to lead him up the field either way, because the receiver has no way of watching the ball and seeing who's coming at him. So 3rd and long here for Eldon.
8 minutes to go here in the first half. Little option there. Hess in trouble, under pressure, and now he's going to go down. Kimry was the first guy there, but then he's taken down on the play by Nick Joyner as well as Isaiah Lutterell. And I'm telling you, Mike, Hess very nearly got out of that, but great coverage by Osage.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you get in a 3rd and long situation. You have to, look downfield. You need more time to throw. Hess the play just never had a chance to develop, and Osage great pressure on Hess and gets the sack. Now, what do you do here? Punt the ball?
Yeah, 4th down and 24. I mean, it's tough not to. You play the field position game, and that's one thing we know Chad Holt will do. He'll stick to his game plan and, hope to continue to flip field positions. And a high kick from Hess, and it takes a Osage bounce, and it'll be touched at the 28-yard line.
Hess got that one in on his foot. Didn't get the good leg extension there to get some distance on that punt.
And it's not been the most fortunate of hops tonight so far for Eldon. It seems like every time it has hit and bounced, it's gone in the way of the Indians, and they have it right back at their own 28-yard line with a 15-point lead.
Yeah, the holding call was huge there as Eldon really had it going. But again, when they get behind the sticks, it really limits what their offense is able to do.
We'll see what Osage is able to do here, and it's going to be Williams, the 1st down carry, and nothing doing. A lot of Mustangs in there. Dakota Collins, last one to pull him down.
Eric Krantz was underneath that play as well. And anytime you can stop Williams for no gain, that's a good defensive play.
Yeah, nice job. B.J. Jones also gets an assist, so 6.5 to go. Eldon seemingly was about to get back into it. That holding call, like you said, derailed the drive, but only a 2-score game here. Their defense could get a stop and try to get a score before the break. Here's Trusty, takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws, and a really nice throw right to his target, DePay, and unable to haul it in, going to bring up 3rd down and 10, but a great throw on the move from Maverick Trusty.
Yeah, it was. It seems like, and that was his first pass attempt of the game, by the way. It seems they like to get him on the rollout, and to me, that makes it more difficult because let's say that you're the left cornerback and you're standing on the hash mark or a safety, and the guy's rolling from your right to left. I'm not, any kind of inside move, I'm not paying any attention to it. He's going to the outside. He has to. And it just, to me, cuts the field in half, but that was a great throw.
Yeah, very well explained. You're exactly right. Colonius now tripped up, and he's going to be waylaid, maybe even loses a yard, Mike, but you're exactly right. That cuts the field in half, and so interesting they do that, and in their only passing attempt, they don't convert, and after that stop, 4th down and 11, and so the Eldon defense this time, Mike, they flex their muscles a little bit, and they're going to get the football back to their offense.
Yeah, and should get decent field position as well. 4th and 11. Jalen Beckman is back at about his own 35-yard line.
5:40 left. Big shout out to Lake TV general manager Chris Schneider sitting at home watching, and he said it's looking good at home, Mike. So
play clock's way down here. Let's see if they're going to get it away. They did.
Just didn't actually know they're going to blow it. I think Coach Jolly got a timeout in.
Yeah, that was, they had a lot of substitution issues there.
So we'll take a commercial break with 5:27 left in the first half of this one.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
All right, so you think the competition on the gridiron is intense, Mike. Nothing beats the cheerleading competition between Eldon and Osage. We'll see who takes it. You know the spread on this one?
On the cheerleaders?
Yeah.
No, I don't. And I don't care to comment on that either.
I don't either. I was curious to know. I think that competition has concluded, or they're all winners in our book, okay?
Fair enough.
So 4th down and 11, a punt situation here for Osage, and Beckman back to return at about his own 43-yard line. He's scooting back a little bit, but like you said, should be a great opportunity for either a return or some good field position.
Bit of a high snap once again.
And that one goes out close to midfield, so Eldon, they're going to get great starting field position at their own 49-yard line.
And William, it's so obvious what the key is here for Eldon offensively. Don't lose yardage on 1st down, because once anything positive on 1st down, they've been able to move the ball. But penalties or a loss of 3 or a sack or a bad snap or something, they just don't have the type of offense that can make up for that.
Yeah, and we've seen successful passing plays on 2nd and 3rd and short, so you got to keep those situations right in front of you. Here's the 1st down give. It's going to be Beanland, and he has a nice gainer. That's going to be a 5-yarder. Like you said, now on 1st down, that positive gainer, now Osage stacks the box a little bit. Everyone gets a little closer to the line, and so that read option quick hitter that's worked a couple of times, that becomes a viable option right here.
It certainly does, and they fake the reverse or the counter to Smithson and try to get some moving. But I think Osage has done a great job of staying at home on those misdirection plays that Eldon likes to run.
2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Weird seeing Eldon run out of the shotgun.
It is. It's been a while.
Smithson gets the handoff coming from his slot position. Spin move doesn't work, and he's going to be taken down at the 45-yard line. Noah Stevens, the man who gets credited for the stop once again.
Yeah, he got a pretty good spot on that. That second effort to slide out of that and get a little bit of positive yardage. He was trying to ride up the back of his pulling guard out in front, but boy, again, a good reaction by the Osage defense staying at home.
Yeah, you're right. They gave him a nice spot, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4 here. Watch for that quick read option slant. We've seen it a handful of times here over the last couple series. Instead, it's going to be Beanland. Gets the handoff. He's got some room, and he's got good yardage. Finally taken down inside the 30, but he's got a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and really nice play on 3rd down.
Yeah, 14 yards. We saw the quickness there from Andrew Beanland, and he almost, as he was backing up at the end of this play, almost stepped out of this tackle. Great effort by Beanland, but a good job by Osage's number 23, Noah Stevens, to stay with the tackle.
Yeah, Stevens has been all over the place defensively for Osage. That's the 5th or 6th tackle I have him for. Just not really keeping stats, but 5th or 6th time I've said he made the stop. So 1st down and 10. It's at the 30-yard line. Just 3:20 left here in the first half. Little up and under. He's got his man, Hardy, inside the 10, all the way down to the 5-yard line. 25-yard pitch and catch from Hess to Hardy. Nice to have him back.
Well, they faked the screen out in the flat, and Osage bit, and Hardy is super quick. Great recovery by DePay to save the touchdown.
It's not only a 1st down, but it puts Osage right inside the Lake Ozark Real Estate red zone, or Eldon rather. I apologize, and now they've got it 1st and goal at the 5.
Braden Rye is in at running back now.
Gets the 1st down carry, and he hits a wall of Indians in on the stop for Osage. Drake Williams as well as Caden Neubauer. He loses a yard. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
I guess overstating the obvious here, Eldon's controlled the 2nd quarter, but if they can't convert this touchdown, it's going to give Osage a lot of momentum.
And on the flip side, they score. They're right back in this thing. Here's a quick hitter. The slant to Smithson is good. What a throw from Hess. And it's a 6-yard strike from Hunter Hess to Zach Smithson, and Eldon right back in it. An extra point away from making it a 1-score game, Mike.
Yeah, this is it's a story of 2 quarters. First quarter belonged to Osage. They ran that counter with Colonius to great effect, and now Eldon's kind of taking control here in the 2nd quarter.
Smithson will hold. Good snap, good hold. The extra point is wide right, so it remains a 9-point game with 2:25 left in the first half. Osage out in front on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Back here on our Ozark Homes fan cam on Lake TV with 2:25 left, and although the extra point was missed and it's still a 2-possession game, can't stress how important that was, not only for Osage or Eldon to get the stop when Osage had it, presumably going to go up 3 scores, but come back and get the touchdown. So a 9-point game with 2:25 left, and we have ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, and the extra points are big. A great improvisational play by Landon Childs on a high center snap resulted in a 2-point conversion for School of the Osage, and then Eldon couldn't convert after their touchdown, so it's still a 2-possession game here.
Yeah, great point. That 2-point play earlier by Childs. So the kickoff fielded at about the 20. Guess who? Jason Colonius, a solid return up to about the 35-yard line, and he's just going to do everything.
Yeah, that may not have been who you wanted to kick it off to. Yeah, from the 35-yard line, Osage, just the one timeout. They had to burn one on special teams there just a little while ago, but just one timeout. But if they can get a couple of big ground, get their ground game going here and get a couple of big plays, they have a chance to put something on the scoreboard, and they do have a good kicking game.
Yeah, and we've yet to see them complete a pass. Of course, Dane DePay, the receiver, you see top of your screen right there, single covered by Hunter Hess. That is Trusty's favorite target. First down going to be a running play, and the hole closes real quickly after Drake Williams takes the handoff.
Yeah, a new running back getting a carry there. I had to check the name and number very quickly, but that's his first carry, just a yard.
So second down and 9, and you wouldn't think that Osage would be content with this much time left. They do get the football to start the second half. You always think 2 for 1, but maybe they are content with a 9-point lead because they're in no hurry, it doesn't appear.
No, it took 15 seconds getting out of the huddle there.
And maybe they're fooling us all.
Play action here and throw it deep.
Oh, they're going to take a shot. Trusty has his
That's
man.
a catch.
Oh, he dropped it. It was a great play defensively.
Hardy was out there defensively. Childs had it just go through his hands. I was watching the feet to see if he got a foot in. I thought he had, but then just couldn't hang on to the ball on the sideline.
And our very own Sean Kober took the worst of that one. He got ran over. Okay? And it was a really nice defensive play by Hardy because it was nearly caught by Childs.
Ball was right there. Good throw by Trusty. He dropped it right in there, a little out and up. Boy, it was right there, man. Oh, he did get his legs cut. Ow, man, is he okay?
Yeah, tough one there. So third down and 9. Trusty under pressure, just puts it up for grabs. He's got his man, and their feet got caught up.
And that's not, everybody's going to say pass interference, but if your feet get tangled, that is not a penalty.
And what looked like, and there's a holding call against Osage anyway, so an our veterinary penalty flag, as that will be declined. But what looked like it was going to be picked or was a bad throw really gave his receiver a shot had their legs not gotten tangled. But to no avail, as the holding call will be declined, and Osage now, they're going to most likely have to punt, meaning Eldon, Mike, with 1:31 left and 2 timeouts. Hey, who knows?
I think it depends on the field position here a lot. But missing that extra point, that's a big deal here for Eldon because it's still a 2-possession game. If you could get anything here before halftime, obviously it would be incredibly beneficial.
So, believe that's going to be Kimry back there to punt for the Indians. Solid punt by him, and it's going to take an Indian bounce down to the 16-yard line. So a 52-yard punt flips field position, Mike, and kind of makes that decision a little tougher as Eldon has it 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, that long of a punt, and it was angled across the field. I think a smart play by Beckman just to get away from it. You know, that could have checked up, but it hit end over end and rolled down to the 16. So you would think Eldon would be a little bit conservative here. If they could pop something on first down, maybe, but most likely going to be content to be down by 9.
So with 1:21 left in the first half, we're about to find out if Coach Chad Holt wants to get aggressive or if, like you said, happy to just be down that 9. They got Hess out of the shotgun. I'm still having a hard time getting used to seeing that.
Comes a blitz.
Under pressure, Hess shakes the first would-be defender, has his target, who gets out of bounds. Beckman, he's got 7 or 8 yards and a positive play on first down.
Boy, Beckman's had a good first half. That is his 6th catch. He's up close to a first down. Depends on the spot. I didn't think he, right at it. A little bit short.
They're going to give it to him, it looks like now. So they changed their mind, and it's a Beck Wellness Center first down.
And the clock did stop as Beckman alertly stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that was heads up and got the first down. So ball's the 26-yard line. Hess rolls to his left.
Big time pressure.
He's in trouble, and he's going to be taken down for the quarterback sack, John Kimry. We've talked about him coming into the game. We've called his name all night, and now a big-time loss on first down. It's like an 8-yard loss on the quarterback sack.
Yeah, it's the 3rd time that Hess has been taken down for a loss, and that certainly changes your play call. 2nd and 18 or so, and we're under 50 seconds now.
So following the conclusion of our first half, we have our Millard Family Chapel's halftime show coming up for you. But still, 40 seconds here. Hess takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff Nice gain. Colonius comes in and cleans it up. And that was Braden Rye, the junior, with the carry. Gets a few yards back. Going to bring up 3rd down and 11 with just 15 seconds left here in the first half.
And I don't think they have to run a play here. We'll see if they do. 3rd and long.
They will. Hess takes the snap. That one's deflected at the line. Someone got their big old paw up and deflected that. So 4th down and 11 with 7.5 seconds left in the first half, and going to have to probably punt. Try to burn some time. You could, but be a little risky.
Are you surprised by that? But on the 3rd down play, I'd take a knee there, and now you're going to have to punt. All kinds of things can go wrong on a punt.
I mean, you'd be tempted to snap it back to Hess and let him try to burn 5 or 6 seconds and kick it. But, I mean, that is risky because, like you said, special teams units and the personnel, I mean, a lot can go wrong. So an interesting situation here. 7.6 seconds left, 4th down and 12, and Eldon set to punt. Hess gets the snap, and he is pressured, and there's going to be a penalty flag for running into the kicker.
And that's a big distinction. Is it running into or roughing?
Which, as the time expires,
well, it's
running into the kicker.
Running the kicker. So I guess that's a defensive penalty. The half can't end on a defensive penalty. So what would you do? I'd decline it. William, I'd decline it. Get out.
Yeah, that's what Coach Shannon Jolly elects to do. He's saying re-kick it. He wants them to re-kick it.
No, this is actually Coach Holt's decision here.
Well, yeah, because it would have been a running into the kicker by Osage.
If he takes the penalty.
No, they're just going to.
This is a smart thing. That's the half. That's going to wrap the half up.
All right, so after 2 quarters of play in the books, Osage out in front 15-6. We'll take a commercial break and be right back with our Millard Family Chapel's halftime show.
Polylift Boat Lifts is proud to present live high school football exclusively on Lake TV. At Polylift Boat Lifts, we don't just build a boat lift, we build a polylift. Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, Owner Associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Want to let you know we have one more week of our big national sales around Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and all the luxury brands of mattresses. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic sleep systems, $800 on Stearns & Foster. We can deliver, set them up, show you how to use them, and get a great night's sleep. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Bail more, lift more, load more, pull more, do more with Kubota. Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Dig a real machine, the brand new Kubota SVL 97 compact track loader. Visit us to learn more at crown-power.com.
Polylift Boat Lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Sometimes we take things for granted, But it truly is the little things in life that make a big difference and give us our best memories. At Millard Family Chapels, we honor and celebrate those cherished memories, no matter how small, because we know it's those special moments that mean the most to the families we serve.
At Millard Family Chapels, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life.
Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for the Millard Family Chapels halftime show. At Millard Family Chapels, every day is a gift, and so is every life. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
And we're back here on your Millard Family Chapels halftime show as we get a look at our first half stats, Mike. And I'm telling you what, it was a first half that looked like it was going to be out of control quickly, but it ended up being a pretty good one, just a 9-point game. And, of course, Osage, they elected to defer. Eldon goes 3 and out, and when they get the football first, they march down the field, and they waste no time. They score, and it is Colonius, man. He was all over the place in that first half. I'm telling you what, he got a lot of yardage every time he touched the football. Another inside give, and this time he found pay dirt. That got us started.
I think that Osage had a great initial game plan. I mean, you got to focus on Williams. I mean, he's a load, and Colonius, they used a lot of counters with him, and he was able to really have a huge first quarter. He ended up with 122 yards, but William, almost all that was in the first half of play. Then we see Hess, who's doing a great job hitting those little slants.
Yeah, and it's opened up a few times, but they've limited it. Here we saw the reverse play right here on that was a fake punt, Mike, early in the game, and Osage did a great job holding him. And here's Colonius again, man. He had the half of his lifetime, and this was his most impressive run. Took nearly the whole defense for the Mustangs. That's the time I definitely thought he was down, and still just rumbling and bumbling and stumbling all the way down to the 2, and Aiden Williams would cap off that drive on this 2-yard run. You didn't get to see the Landon Childs high snap on the extra point after that first touchdown. He made a great heads-up play and ended up scoring the 2-point conversion, which is looming large. And then again, later in the half, it was Colonius with this long run. He took that all the way down inside the 10-yard line, and I'd say that's a career half for the junior Jason Colonius. And Eldon, they started to get going a little bit. Here's Hunter Hess, called his own number after nothing was there with the first down run. And impressive the way Eldon responded, because, Mike, that was disastrous early after that first quarter, and they didn't quit. As you see Beanland showing off his speed a little bit here, finally taken down. And Eldon, they'd eventually punch it in on this drive. This was a really nice play here. Great pitch, great catch. Hardy, who's back in the lineup for Eldon, he's had a nice first half. And then it was the quick slant to Smithson that officially put Eldon on the board. Osage, they would try to get something going with a little bit of time left. And this was the one that was a great opportunity. Beautiful throw, and Childs couldn't haul it in. Great defensive effort. And, of course, you see there the star on the sideline. It was Lake TV Sean Kober took the worst of that one. Hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he's going to be good for the second half after being checked out by the trainers.
Yeah, you got to play with pain, right?
Yeah, I know he's taken some bumps and bruises over the years, but that was a tough one, and great pressure on that quarterback sack. John Kimmery had a great first half. I believe he's had a quarterback sack in all 4 games to start this season, and that's a hard stat to get at the high school level.
Yeah, it is, because running teams for the most part, but the pass has been where the offense has been for Eldon tonight, surprisingly enough.
So this is your Millard Family Chapels halftime show. We'll give you just a little preview of tonight's band performance, and then when we get back on the other end of this commercial break, Mike and I will break down some numbers, and we'll predict what's going to happen in our second half when we return on Lake TV. Trusty going to roll to his left. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. Has his man. The throw is there, and it is caught for the touchdown from 18 yards out. A beautiful throw from Trusty, and coming down with a great catch
Engel takes the snap.
Yeah, you got to go Tiger here.
Goes Tiger inside the 5, has the first down into the end zone for the score. And the Moberly Spartans are scoreless no more, and it's on a big 4th down and 3, a 7-yard touchdown carry. Third down and goal. Trusty into the flat, looks for his target. DePay reaches out to the house. Touchdown Osage on 3rd and 7. 3rd and goal from the 7. Maverick Trusty to DePay, and Osage regains the lead 13-7. They're going to pass here.
Got to watch land on the slant.
Taking a shot, and look there, it is Tiger. Inside the 10 to the house, touchdown from 45 yards out on 2nd and 21. Little play action here.
He's got the out.
Looking for DePay, and he is sacked. Big time quarterback sack. First guy there with the sack, number 33, Weston Hurt. So first down and goal from the 5 as the Spartans inside the Lake Ozark real estate red zone. Tiger gets the carry, lowers his head, and he is going to be dragged backwards by the defender, the senior linebacker, John Kemery. Little play action into the flat, looking for St. Clair. He might keep it himself, and he does. Into the end zone, touchdown. For the quarterback, the junior, Mike, was all over the place on that drive, and he caps it. Jackson Engel with the 3-yard touchdown run, and Moberly their first lead of the night. Make it a 7-point game. Engel under center. Has a man in motion, instead gives it up to center to St. Clair, and he is in. The 2-point conversion attempt successful, and Moberly, they're up 7 with 10:07 left in the game.
Just one score in the second half of play, and that was all Moberly needed. They got the 2-point conversion, and they end up scoring. About 21-14, they win here over School of the Osage. So Moberly goes to 2-0, and they get the win on the road here at School of the Osage, 21-14.
As we welcome you back to our Millard Family Chapel's halftime show, Mike, Osage out in front, 15-6, and we're going to go over some stats. Is there anyone to talk about besides Jason Colonius?
Not really. He is, 122 of the 131 net yards there in the first half, and almost all that coming in the first quarter. Trusty had a quarterback sack, so he had 1 carry, -9 yards. Williams, surprisingly, 6 carries for only 17 yards. There's other Williams, number 8, had 1 carry for 1 yard. But it was Colonius, 9 for 122. And oddly enough, in the second quarter, his 2 carries both lost yardage, 1 for 3 and 1 for 1 negative yard. So 9 for 122. 131 net from scrimmage, rushing the ball in 17 attempts for School of the Osage. Trusty was 0 for 3 passing in the first half, so that rushing total is the total from scrimmage in the first half for Osage. No penalties for the Indians and no turnovers. For the Eldon Mustangs, Hunter Hess was sacked 3 times, 5 carries, -16 yard. Andrew Beanland just never really was able to get it rolling. Had that 114-yarder his last carry of the first half. 6 for 25. Smithson, 2 for 0 net yards. Beckman, 1 for 1 yard rushing the ball. Collins, 1 for 2 yards. Eldon, 19 yards rushing in the first half on 17 attempts. They didn't fumble the ball or turn the ball over either in the first half of play. But Hess, after missing his first 2 pass attempts, really caught fire. He ended up 9 of 12 in the first half of play. The catches went to Hardy, 2 for 48. 1 to Smithson for the touchdown for 7 yards. And Jalen Beckman, a big first half, 6 receptions for 50 yards. So 19 yards rushing for Eldon, 105 through the air, 124 net from a scrimmage in the first half of play. Again, no turnovers and just 2 penalties for 15 yards for the Eldon Mustangs.
Wow. Impressive how you do those stats, my friend. And I got to ask, so when you look at Andrew Beanland, he's coming in averaging 160 yards a game. Do you credit it to the Osage defense or the negative plays where it's put them behind the sticks so they've been passing more? Why has he only had a handful of yards in the first half?
Well, he's only had a handful of carries, but I think Osage has done a good job bottling him up. He did get to the second level the one time on the last carry and picked up 14 yards, so maybe that's something that Eldon can build on in the second half. But I think the key to the second half is going to be this first possession for Osage. Which Osage will it be? Will it be the first quarter Osage or will it be the second quarter Osage? Because Eldon bottled them up. So it was a tale of 2 quarters in the first half. The difference being that Osage got that other touchdown, the second touchdown, and they did better on the extra point attempts than Eldon did, make it still a 2-possession game.
Yeah, and that could prove to be really, really big because, like we said, that first touchdown for Osage, it was a high snap. And Landon Childs, like you said, it was a very good improvisational play, and he grabbed it, didn't have time to get it down, so he just rolled out, and his speed beat him to the pylon, and the 2-pointer was good. And so when Eldon missed their extra point, that's a 3-point swing, essentially. Yeah. I mean, it's worth 2, but I mean, if they don't get that extra point and Eldon hits theirs, that's a 3-point difference with them getting that 2-point conversion. And so in a 9-point game, you never know with 2 quarters, but special teams have already played a factor. We've seen some very short punts, and then we saw a really good punt to end the half that flipped field position and worked wonders because no more points were scored.
Yeah, I just think at the beginning, Osage just looked a step quicker. I mean, they were getting to the spot before Eldon could get their offense rolling, and obviously they had a great game plan early on, running the counters and the ball away from Williams and getting it to Colonius, and Colonius made it count.
All right, real quick, I do have a score update for you in the first half. Still, Camdenton, they're 2-1. They went down to Parkview in Springfield, and they're up 42-0 in the first half of that one.
And I do have Versailles' score. They trail El Dorado Springs 19-14 at the half.
Close game there. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we conclude our Millard Family Chapel's halftime show.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Exclusive lake luxury is hard to come by nowadays, but that's exactly what's available at the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
Whatever your lake dream, the Villages can make it a reality. Stake the claim to your lake paradise in the lake's premier luxury home development, the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
And we welcome you back on Lake TV for our Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. William Holtz, the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell, and Mike with Osage leading 15-6. I think one of the most impressive things was after this game looked like it was on the verge of really getting out of control, right? Osage 15-point lead, had the ball, they were inside the red zone, and it looked like it was going to be out of control. Not only did their defense make a big stop and take advantage of a backup, a negative play, but then they started to shut down Colonius. I know he had big numbers, but you alluded to it. His last 2 carries were for negative yards, and so maybe defensively Eldon has figured something out.
Yeah, he had 81 in his first 4, and then had another big one on top of that, getting him up around 120 or so. So it's, you think, oh, you make adjustments. You have to remember a lot of these kids are going both ways. So when do you make these adjustments? So a great job, I think, by Eldon's coaching staff to, okay, they're going to run that counter off of Williams. Yeah, you got to respect Williams, obviously, but Colonius is somebody we got to keep an eye on as well. So Eldon got that stop, kept them in the game. And again, I think this first possession will go a long way towards deciding who does win this ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be important. It's going to be right on the tail end of our upcoming break. And what's interesting is both teams have really good featured running backs. You got Beanland with Eldon averaging 160 yards a game. You got Williams with Osage, who's an absolute stud. He's a specimen. And you come in, and the only guy who's making any noise running the football is the junior Jason Colonius, who hadn't even topped 100 yards on the season coming into tonight. So he's had himself a whale of a first half. Great job by Osage. Head coach Shannon Jolly and their club kind of getting that ready. It worked early, and we're going to find out. Is it going to work down the stretch, or are they going to have to rely on Aiden Williams to pull this one out?
And I think the big key for Eldon, especially on offense in the second half, can you get something positive on first down so that the play action will give Hess time to set up and throw? Because when he has had time to throw, he's had great success, especially hitting Jalen Beckman for 5 catches for 50 yards. Let's see, that'd be like a 10-yard kind of thing there.
That one I almost could have told you.
That's my Versailles education kicking in there, but
you know what I'd love to see, Mike, and it's not going to happen. I shouldn't throw this out there because it's the senior year. I'd love to see a 5-wide spread offense where you let Hunter Hess call the offense, and he can run it, he can throw it, he can. I mean, just because he's got such a high football IQ, he's just so much fun to watch out there. And we didn't get to see a ton of him on display because of those negative yard situations, but you started to see when that play action opened up just how accurate he can be with the football and how precise his delivery is. And so be interesting to see down the stretch in the second half if Hunter Hess doesn't air it out.
Well, to me, it's such a dynamic change from what we're used to seeing, where, okay, you got the zone read with the fullback coming in. If the defensive tackle comes down, you pitch, or the quarterback takes it. I mean, over and over and over again. Now we're seeing Hess as a senior. They're opening up the field for him, and he's got kids that can catch the ball, too. I think that's the big key.
Yeah, great weapons all over. So your score at half, Osage out in front, 15-6. They're going to start the second half with the football as we conclude tonight's Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. We'll take this commercial break and be back with your second half.
Sometimes we take things for granted, but it truly is the little things in life that make a big difference and give us our best memories. At Millard Family Chapels, we honor and celebrate those cherished memories, no matter how small, because we know it's those special moments that mean the most to the families we serve.
At Millard Family Chapels, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life.
Take time to enjoy it.
Polylift Boat Lifts is proud to present live high school football exclusively on Lake TV. At Polylift Boat Lifts, we don't just build a boat lift, we build a polylift.
It seems like there's a great high school football rivalry game on Lake TV every Friday night. Here we go again. This week, it's the Lakers and Zizzers squaring off. Perennial playoff contenders and Ozark Conference rivals Camdenton and West Plains square off at the Jaws of Death, Offshore Stadium. It all starts with the COMC pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. Will it be the Lakers or Zizzers? Join William Holtz and Mike Bissell Friday night to find out on Lake TV.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Want to let you know we have one more week of our big national sales around Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and all the luxury brands of mattresses. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic sleep systems, $800 on Stearns & Foster. We can deliver, set them up, show you how to use them, and get a great night's sleep. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
We're back here on Lake TV at the half. Your score, Osage 15, Eldon 6. As we're set for the second half, Osage will receive. And Mike, so we've set the foundation for the second half. And always doesn't really matter what the halftime score is as long as it's within reason. But tonight you just kind of get the sense with the way Eldon put together that second quarter. They've kind of got the momentum as we start this second half.
They do. That's why I was saying that I think this opening possession is going to go a long way toward deciding who wins this game. Osage obviously with the 2-possession lead and the ball to start the second half is in a very good position. It'll be interesting to see as well what adjustments these coaches have made here at halftime.
It'll be interesting to see as well. Does the sophomore Maverick Trusty have to complete a pass for Osage to win? He's 0 for 3, as you alluded to, in the first half. And really, Jason Colonius has been the lone bright spot offensively for Osage. And so if Eldon can shut him down, Osage going to have to find somebody else. And we are underway. Smithson with the kick, fielded at about the 15-yard line. It's Colonius with the return across the 35, and now we have our veterinary penalty flag.
Beckman with the tackle there, and one of the Eldon players just simply kind of lost his balance and tripped over it. I don't know if that's going to be construed as a late hit out of bounds. Yeah, looks like it's on Eldon.
They call a personal foul on Eldon, and I don't know what happened, but you're saying an Eldon player fell over the Eldon player.
That's kind of what it looked like. I did look down at my stat sheet. Personal foul.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. That's going to move it up 15, and that'll be in Eldon territory.
Yeah, already inside, like you said, the other side of the field. So 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line is where this series officially kicks off for Osage.
Well, do you go back to Williams? He's your bread and butter. Looks like he'll be the deep tailback here.
He does get the first down carry. And
wow.
Oh, it was Krantz, first guy there, and he stays with them and does get the tackle. Great job.
That was impressive. You talk about not giving up on a play. Krantz stayed with it, had some help out there from Jackson Williams as well, who's been on a lot of tackles tonight. But Krantz, great penetration, beats his block, spins Williams around, stays with it, and, well, Hess kind of whiffed on the tackle there a little bit, but we'll give him on that one.
And Krantz would not be denied. Great effort, brings up 2nd down and 10. Trusty going to pitch it out to Aiden Williams. He has a hole, and he's tripped up. Nice tackle on the play. That would have been bigger on the stop. That's number 3, Tevin Eldridge, the senior linebacker. Limits him to 4 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6, and that was a slow developing play, Mike, but once the hole opened, I thought it was going to be a pretty big gain, and Eldridge said not today.
Yeah, he saved that one. He had gotten the block on the corner and probably was going to be able to cut it upfield and get significant yardage. But the good tackle there, and makes it 3rd and long.
A big 3rd down and 6 here for the Eldon defense. Little play action, wide open up the scene is Kemry. He's got it inside the 10 to the house. Touchdown from 44 yards out. Osage converts, and it's the play action on Maverick Trustee's first completed pass of the evening. And we talked about it, Mike. You rock him to sleep, and that happens.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about open. There was nobody near Kemry. He goes for 44, and that stretches the lead out. And again, another big extra point here.
Yeah, you're surprised on 3rd down and 6 that they rocked him to sleep?
Well, that was a play that Eldon used to such great effect for many, many years.
The extra point, the hold is low. Nice recovery. The kick is up and good. So Brady Clark gets the extra point, and Osage extends their lead. It's 22-16 with 10:22 left in the 3rd quarter.
Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
And we're back in Osage. They strike. They take 1:38, but they got a short field on that kick return. The personal foul put them into Eldon territory, and they make short work on that series. They score. It was the play action. Wide open, Kemry up the seam. 44 yards later, Osage up 16.
Well, if you're only going to complete one pass a night, yeah, hit it for 44 and a touchdown.
Yeah, make it count, and they certainly did that, that being Maverick Trustee and his Osage Indians. So 10:22 left, and now Jason Cloney is set to kick off for the Indians. Beanland and Beckman back. It's going to be a short kick. Fielded at the 25-yard line, looking for a hole, running into his own guy on the play. That's Colin Brisbane, who is a freshman.
He ran up the back of his own blocker there, but he had to make sure he secured that bounce. You never know which way that ball's going to go.
Yeah, and that was a really great placement on the kick from Colonius, because like you said, a lot of times that checks up, and that is a live football. Anything can happen. Eldon fortunate to hold on to possession, and they've got it at their own 31-yard line.
Well, we'll see if Eldon can get positive yardage on 1st down.
Beanland gets the handoff, a little spin move, and a one-handed tackle with his jersey, dragging him down. A lot of extracurricular activity after the play, but a great effort from Caden Neubauer, Mike. I mean, one arm.
Yeah, Beanland is just so quick, but he's not able to ever get himself squared up and get upfield. And, boy, staying with that, as you mentioned, Neubauer, the senior, really stopped him for no gain and stretched that jersey out just a little bit there, too.
I misspoke. It was Drake Williams with the great effort. Neubauer, first guy there, he ended up cleaning it up, but Williams, the effort. So 9:37 left, and now we've got an early start, or somebody jumped. Everybody but one lineman jumped.
That's going to be the first penalty of the night on School of the Osage. So it'll be 2nd and 15, or 2nd and 5, pardon me.
And a break for Eldon. I mean, they needed that. That's going to be 2nd down and 5, and that's the perfect yard-to-go situation for this offense when we've seen them have positive plays tonight. Definitely opens up the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, 105 yards on 9 of 12 passing in the first half for Hess, if you can just give him a little time.
That's right.
Quick snap count. Ooh.
Oh, great tackle. Jason Colonius and John Kemry team up for the stop. Nothing like calling the same two kids' name all night.
Well, Beanland just never has a chance to get going at all. He gets a yard out of that somehow to be 3rd and 4, but he got hit pretty hard there and bounced right back up.
Man, what a game. Look at Colonius come in here. Kimry and Colonius having great games for Osage. Their team out in front 16, 3rd and 4 for Hunter Hess and the Mustangs. Oh, ball's on the ground, and Hess able to corral it. He started to run before he had secured the football and wisely falls on it, but that's a missed opportunity for the Mustangs. Going to be 4th down and 8, and really at your own 33-yard line, Mike, you almost have to punt in this situation.
Yeah, you really don't have any choice here, because if you don't convert, and 4th and 8's not a lock, obviously. If you don't convert, you're giving Osage a chance to have a short field and put this game away.
So Hunter Hess back inside his own 20-yard line to punt. Dane DePay back to return it for Osage. He's going to have a chance here. Nope. He waves it off and going to bounce and then be down to the 33-yard line, and that's where Osage's second series of our second half begins. And that first series, we've seen all those runs, and it finally works to perfection, and Trusty put a great ball on Kimry, and Kimry does the rest.
Yeah, he had time to throw, and sometimes those are the hardest ones to catch when there's nobody around you like that. But he secured it, so you'd have to say definitely that Osage won the battle of the first possessions of the second half. They get a touchdown, and Eldon goes 3 and out.
You know, now that I think about it, Trusty was 0 for 3, but 2 of those should have been caught in the first half, so he's looked accurate tonight.
Yeah, it could have been, obviously.
Here's Williams on 1st down, trying to get outside. Great pursuit from Eldon, and he's going to be taken down by a slew of Mustangs after a modest gain on 1st down.
Pretty good play there by Hardy, number 2. He comes up. Hardy's listed at 120 pounds going after Williams here. Make him cut back in. There you go. Good job, Devin.
Yeah, it was a nice movement. That's tough when you're that size and so athletic, because some of these kids you play against, and Aiden Williams, a prime example, over 200 pounds, and you feel every pound of him. 2nd down and 9 as we're just 4.5 minutes here into the second half. Trusty going to roll to his right. Throws it way out. Leads DePay, obviously throwing it away. DePay looked to be locked up with his defender, and so no separation. Good coverage, and forces an errant throw. 3rd down and 9.
Well, there it is. I mean, you're rolling to the right. Okay, he's not going to throw back across the field. You're not going to take any inside move at all. It's going to be breaking outside or try to run by you. And Trusty running that way is going to have a hard time throwing it 30-plus yards down the field.
So 3rd down and long with about 7 minutes and change to go. It's going to be an inside handoff to Aiden Williams, who stays on his feet. Finally taken down. We do have an R veterinary penalty flag.
Yeah, some of the linesmen on the near side here, and I'm not sure what it was. It might have been motion. If it is, that's a big call against Osage, because they were right up close to the 1st down.
So it wasn't a dead ball foul, but procedure against the Indians. So is that not a dead ball foul?
Yeah, there's no play. So their second penalty here, totaling 10 yards, but man, that's a big one, because that might have been a 1st down.
So it seemed like they let the play happen, but we must have not have heard the whistle.
Yeah, the flag came out just right after the ball was snapped. I don't know. You would think that would be a play that would be stopped, but again, we're so conditioned to watching the NFL and having the plays explained to us that it might be a little bit different in high school.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So 3rd down and 14 now. And we've got another. This one going to be a delay of game penalty. So back-to-back our veterinary penalty flags. 3 in the second half so far for Osage after a perfect first half in the penalty category. This is what Eldon needed, though, to back Osage up and hopefully get great starting field possession. So 3rd and super long, 6:49 left here in the 3rd quarter.
What kind of formation is this? What?
Has Childs and just missed his man. He threw it a little bit short and way outside, and Landon Childs couldn't adjust. So 4th down and 20, punt situation coming up. A great job by the Eldon defense, and they've been strong over the last quarter and a half. That one opening series for Osage of this second half. But outside of that, we have seen them get very stingy since that second quarter began.
And stop and think about it, really, it was just the one play. I mean, they were 3rd and long, 3rd and 6, I think, something to that effect.
And started with the football on the other side of midfield. So, yeah, I mean, outside of one play the last quarter and a half, Eldon's defense figuring it out.
And again, doing a great job not giving Beckman any chance really to get a return by angling the punts across the field.
To the 32-yard line, so we'll give them 44 yards on the punt, and that's where Eldon starts with it at their own 32-yard line. 6:35 left in the third as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam. The Eldon fans saying, give us something to get excited about, and 1 or 2 long plays gets them right back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6:35 left in the third quarter. And you've got to get something positive here, something on the scoreboard. So, you know, because if you don't get 2 two-point conversions, so you're looking at a 3-score game.
Right.
So, and it's tough it's not easy to convert 2-point conversion attempts. I mean, you know, even when you're down there on the 2.5, 3-yard line or whatever it is. But so, I mean, it's an imperative, I would think, for Eldon to get something on the board here. Man, no wind at all. Just a gorgeous night here in central Missouri.
Yeah, just perfect football weather, and we've got more football coming up for you. Next week, we got West Plains at Camdenton, and Camdenton up 56-0 at the half down at Parkview, just putting it on them down there. And if you're wondering what these two schools have coming up next week for Osage, they return home to host California, who are off to a good 2-1 start going into tonight. And for Eldon, they get a 2-1 Hallsville team right here at Victor Field, and under the direction of their head coach. Just, man, Hallsville's program has come a long way, Mike, over the last 5 to 6 seasons.
Yeah, he was at Battle. Well, they got a screen set up. Ooh.
Oh, just couldn't pull it in was Devin Hardy. So 2nd down and 10. And, yeah, Justin Conyers, who won 2 state championships at Battle. We actually had the game together in 2014, right. Their inaugural year that they were eligible. Went on to win a state championship, and on their path to the state championship, they got Camdenton in the district championship game. That was our first exposure to Battle, and an impressive program, an impressive coach. And I thought that was really cool when Hallsville was able to get him, because that's a coach, Mike, that probably could have won a lot of places across the state of Missouri.
We talked to him once, and he loves the small town atmosphere, so he's happy where he's at there.
For sure. On 2nd down and 10, here's Beanland, and oh, nice piece of hitting by Childs. Beanland had a full head of steam, and Beanland's fired up. He's excited. He wants the football. So 3rd down and about 4.
Don't you think he could have brought this on outside here?
Yeah, Childs was going to try to cut it off, but I would have just been a matter of who's faster to the edge.
Yeah, I think he had potential block there from Hardy.
So 3rd down and 5, crucial 3rd down for Eldon. Quick hitter, and oh, great completion.
No, I think it ricocheted off. No, he did catch it. I saw something fly up there.
In a terrible spot. I mean, they spotted him where he landed after getting pushed back 2 yards. I mean, I don't think he had the 1st down, but I think he was about a half yard shy. Instead, they spot him 2 yards shy. So what do you do here if you're Coach Chad Holt down 16? I mean, you're at the 39.
You got to go here, I think. I just, time for caution is over. I mean, you're down 16.
So big time 4th down and 2. Oh, and it works. The hard count. It's an R veterinary penalty flag and an automatic 1st down, brought to you by Beck Wellness Center.
Okay, Eldon, 95% of the time, down, set, go, every time. And when they don't do it the one time, when they don't go on the first hut or whatever they use these days, what do? They jump offside. 4 penalties on Osage here in the second half. They saved it for the right time.
And I mean, Hunter Hess has had more offside drawn in his 4 years than, I mean, it's wild.
Watch, it's set, go, every time. Set, go.
Beanland on the read option and looking for his target. He's got him and just overshoots Hardy. Hess had him as he had a couple of steps and a good throw, just a little too much juice. out of Hardy's reach, and it's hard to overthrow Devin Hardy.
Yeah, he's quick. If you're 120 pounds out there playing football, you better be quick. Yeah, Hess kind of kicking himself on that one. Not the best footwork. I think he could have set that back foot a little bit. He kind of flipped it, stepping forward a little bit. And, you know, in the pros, they actually have a camera that watches the quarterback's feet so that they can coach him up on footwork. And I think that time he got just a little bit off.
Those rules apply to everybody but Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10. It's going to be a reverse, and well read by Osage.
Yeah, Rugen gets the reverse there, and he just gets a yard on the play.
And really, either ball carrier was going to be dead to rights. I mean, they had that stopped with 3 Indians in the backfield. Great pursuit, winning the point of attack for Osage up front here, Mike.
Yeah, and Eldon's side-to-side running has not been successful here tonight at all. Okay, you converted with a penalty on 4th down. 3rd and 9 here. You've got to try to stay in front of the chains.
Yeah, good 5+ yards is all you have to have. A little play action, a quick hitter, and it's a nice play, and the ball's on the ground. It's fumbled, and it's recovered on the play by Charlie Dooley, the senior. Unfortunate for Eldon. That was a nice play. They had the 1st down, and ball just hit his shoulder pad, popped up and right into the grasp of Charlie Dooley.
Yeah, that's the first turnover of the ball game. So, yeah, just put a helmet right on the ball. Just simply just punched it out with the helmet. Was that Dooley, did you say, that got that?
Dooley recovered. It was Dane DePay who put his helmet right on the football and forced it. So it's a turnover for the Mustangs. And after the takeaway for Osage and a 16-point lead, we might start seeing some more of Aiden Williams. Williams gets the carry, lowers his head, still on his feet. Aiden Williams, great run, great power, and he's inside the 40-yard line, all the way down to the 38-yard line. We'll give him 25 yards and a Beck Wellness Center 1st down.
Okay, that went past his output for the night. He only had 17 in the 1st half, only had 5 here in the 2nd. So 22, hits 24, 25 there, and doubles it up.
Yeah, that was a great hard-nosed run, and sometimes the good old-fashioned way works. It hasn't yet tonight, but didn't stop Osage from going back to it, and Aiden Williams rewards him. 25 yards and another 1st down.
Now maybe go back to Colonias.
They will. Good call, and he cuts inside and has a couple. Good job of corralling him. Beanland in there on the stop for the Mustangs, and with 3:43 left, still technically a 2-score game, but it'd have to be a perfect 2 scores, Mike. I mean, for Eldon, if you let Osage score, essentially that's ball game.
Yeah. Yeah, Eldon, that's a shame that last one. It just, you know, it was a perfectly executed little flat pass out there, and they got the block on the corner, had the 1st down, moved the chains, but just a good play to get the helmet right on the ball, and it popped loose from Jameson.
So with 3:15 left in the 3rd, Osage is 2nd and 8 at the 35. Williams gets the carry. He's going to get going here inside the 20. Finally dragged down from behind at the 14-yard line. Another 21 yards and another Beck Wellness Center 1st down.
Wow. he'd had 22 all night and 45 in the last 2. So maybe Eldon kind of losing focus a little bit after that turnover when they were moving the ball. Got to snap out of it real quick for Eldon, or this game is going to be out of reach.
Yeah, and you understand it, but you hate to see it because everything's starting to turn. You've got the stop defensively, and then one play, everything changes.
No, they weren't. There's a good call by the officials. I don't think Osage was set for a full second. Isn't that odd? No penalties in the 1st half. That's 5 here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, another R veterinary penalty flag, and like you said, that was a perfect 1st half. As a high school coach especially, when you go a whole half against your biggest rival on the road and you tell them you went penalty-free in the 1st half, you're going to be absolutely elated at that. But in the 2nd half, I guarantee you Coach Shannon Jolly is going to be well aware of the increasing penalties.
Clock restarted. So Osage can run another, 12 seconds off here. But they got the line of scrimmage and go there that last time. They were trying to catch Eldon on their heels a little bit.
First and 15. Trusty takes the snap, pitches to Williams to the left side. Williams inside the 15 and stopped at the 11. We'll give him 8 yards, and he continues to pick up yardage in chunks.
Again, 53 yards on his last 3 carries and 22 in the previous 9. So that was just a toss sweep, and they're letting him just work, just get out there and take people one-on-one.
And for Eldon, I mean, you key in on Williams coming in, and Colonius runs fire. So now you start to slow Colonius down, and it's Williams that starts running wild. And so what do you do when you can't really pinpoint 2 different runners that have proven they can be dangerous?
Yeah, that's quite a pair of weapons you've got there in the backfield, and they're keeping it on the ground.
Oh, great job on the play right here by number 3 for the Mustangs.
Tevin Eldridge had another big tackle.
And he was basically, there's a guy on top of him. He reached up and made the tackle from on the ground. And Aiden Williams is a hard guy to tackle standing up, let alone when you're on your face with someone on top of you and only using one arm.
And Eldridge listed at 155 and taking down. We don't have the weight on Aiden Williams, but I'm guessing 2.5, 210, something along that, 205.
Yeah, every bit. He's a bruiser, and he is quick, so that's a really impressive stop. 3rd down and 4 now. Williams gets the carry up the middle, and he runs into a wall. Is that Krantz? It is. Eric Krantz with a big stop.
Wow.
Actually loses a yard, I believe.
That was impressive. Now, do you try the field goal here?
Well, it would make it a 3-score game officially, but 4th down and a long 4. I don't know, Mike. They couldn't get the snap down cleanly, and they missed their first field goal attempt. Granted, a 35-yard attempt. This right here from the 9 would be a 26-yard field goal. And so, well, Trusty back out there. They're going to go for it. And with just...
They have to snap it here, I think. There's just like a 1/10 of a second difference in the play clock and the game clock into the 3rd quarter.
4th and 4, game could be on the line here. Going to be a reverse. Great cut back into the end zone for the score.
Dubs.
Yeah, that's Robert Dubs, the sophomore. And Mike, had he continued where that play was designed to go, he's not getting the first down. But look at this cutback right here. Boom. Changes the whole trajectory of the play back up into the middle, and it is nothing but green grass on his way to pay dirt. And Osage on their way to putting this one away. Their largest lead of the night, an extra point away from going up 23 points.
Kind of a pooch kick, but knocked it through, and just 3.8 left here in the 3rd quarter. And Osage, with a couple of scores, have broken this open here in the 3rd quarter.
Up by 23. We'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
Our veterinary is the proud official veterinary of Lake TV. For every 5 penalty flags during tonight's game, our veterinary will donate a free spay or neuter to Ozarks Cat and Canine. Another reminder that the best way to prevent more stray dogs and cats in your lake neighborhood is to get your pet spayed or neutered.
Bail more, lift more, load more, pull more, do more with Kubota. Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Dig a real machine, the brand new Kubota SVL 97 compact track loader. Visit us to learn more at crown-power.com.
Back here on Lake TV, it's your Ozark Homes fan cam, and you're getting a look at the Osage student section that's made the trip not too far for them, just about 15-20 minutes. And over the years, Mike, so many games played between these 2 programs, and I believe Eldon actually has the lead in the series, correct? And it's pretty drastic.
It is, without a doubt. I remember doing some games, and I don't know what they called it back then, that down the hole back behind the old high school. We were down there once, and it stormed and rained, and the water didn't drain out of that place. Hey, I've got some good news from El Dorado Springs. Big 3rd quarter for Versailles. They've opened up a 30-19 lead. Our thanks to Jessica Ollison for helping out with the scores.
And that's a really heads-up play by Dakota Collins, the senior. Osage, that short pooch kick once again. Collins just runs up, calls for the fair catch, and makes it. And so Eldon has it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And with the fair catch, none of those 3.8 seconds run off the clock. So we got one more play for you here in the 3rd quarter. And as we go to break, want to mention our quarter break made possible by our friends at our veterinary. Bainland gets the first down carry, trying to get outside and
just can't get wide. Can't get wide on Osage, man. Their inside-out pursuit has been just really great. Was that Trusty? Was he out there on defense that time?
I don't know if he was. I know Landon Childs.
Oh, it was Childs, number 3.
Was in on the stop there, and he partnered with guess who? John Kimmery, who's been all over the football. And so as we end this third quarter, this message made possible by our veterinary.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV, it's 29-6, Osage out in front. Eldon has the football, 2nd and 11 at their own 38-yard line as we start this fourth quarter. Hess, quick hitter, has Smithson with about a gain of 6, making it 5. We'll give him, going to bring up 3rd down and 6. And for Eldon, those quick hitters are actually really good. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you can pick up 5 yards and only take 5 or 6 seconds off the clock, it's not going to take you long to move down the field.
Yeah, especially if you step out of bounds like that. Again, Hess just set the back foot and ripped it out to the sideline, picked up 6 on a 2nd and 11. The odd number quarters have belonged to Osage. Let's see if Eldon can answer an even quarter.
Big 3rd down and 5, they call it. Hess. Little up and under now, looking for his player and not on the same page where Hunter Hess and his intended target, Zach Smithson, was his intended target. Brings up 4th down and 5 and down 23. Even though you're inside your own 45, you got to go.
Yeah, I mean, you lose by 30, 35, whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to go here. I just really don't have any choice. I think you got to look for Beckman here. Maybe a little combo route somewhere. They had some success with he and Hardy on that earlier.
You haven't seen Beanland in motion or out as a receiver too often tonight.
He's going to pick up the blitz here, I believe. And then I think illegal motion on the Eldon Mustangs, just their 2nd penalty of the 2nd half. The first one came on the opening kickoff. We're having a little trouble getting the clock moving here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and that's another our veterinary penalty flag for a 4th and 11, and you still go?
Yeah, I think so. And if the Chiefs go on 4th and 25, 4th and 11 in a high school game, yeah, you got to go.
People question that call. I didn't really have any problems with that.
Yeah.
So 4th and a long 10. Hunter Hess, could be the last time he plays Osage in his career. Believe they can get each other in the district. He's under pressure, eludes the first line. We do have a penalty flag, throws across his body, and it is hauled in. What a catch. It's going to be all for none as Dooley was all over.
Yeah, Rugen with a catch. You think it had to be a hold.
And it is. They get called for the hold on another our veterinary penalty flag. Back-to-back plays, but what a throw and catch here, Mike.
Yeah, no doubt. I am going to correct you on one thing. Osage got bumped up to Class 4 this year, so there's no way they're going to play in the postseason. So this would be his last shot at Osage. I'm sure they'll see each other on the basketball court at least once or twice.
Yeah, and I love watching him on the basketball court just as much as I do on the football field. So 4th down and a real long play here.
Yeah. They're apparently going to go here too. I don't know. Hess is the punter as well. But he looks like he's setting up to go for it.
And why not? I mean, 2-1 on the year. Take a shot. Down 23. Not a lot to lose at this point in time. Hess now.
Yeah, the
Under
throwback,
pressure.
the throwback wasn't there.
Oh, look at Hunter Hess with the little run, and he's got 23 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down. Great blocking on the outside by Beanland. He sealed the edge out there, I believe. Maybe it was Hardy, but that's a great play because when he took off, he had to go all out. I mean, you're not throwing it at that point.
Yeah, that's huge. They wanted a throwback play here. It just wasn't there to Beanland. And you're right, the blocking really developed up there. And Osage had their defense so spread out that they just couldn't cover the sideline.
Go figure. 4th down, 20 plus, you convert. Fresh set of downs now. Ball's at midfield. Trying the up and under. They're looking for Hardy. He's got a step. The ball from Hess to Hardy, and he scores a 50-yard strike. Don't go anywhere yet. Eldon scores.
Yeah, the penalty flag, I think, is roughing the passer. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Hess took a huge hit late, and it was up high as well, too. What a throw. Hardy catches it in stride and runs it into the end zone from 51.
That was beautiful from start to finish. Great design, and that's the best of Hunter Hess on display. The toughness, the delivery, and I don't know if you saw on the replay I saw after he got hit, it didn't take him long to bounce right back up.
Yeah, you feel a lot better with the completion for the touchdown. Now, if it had been dropped or intercepted, he might have stayed on the ground a little bit.
The pain goes away a little easier on
It
those
does indeed.
situations.
Well, let's see here. 17, down 17. You got to go for 2, don't you?
Well, the argument is if you kick the extra point, it's still
you're right.
mathematically a 2-point, but you're going to have to get 2 of them. I'd rather know now that you're not going to get them all and still need 3 scores.
Yeah. I think this is the right call going.
I
for
do
2.
too. If you get this, you're still in this. Yes. Nice job dancing around and just couldn't find his target. He was wide open, and he knows it, laying there frustrated with himself, but a great answer for the Mustangs. It's a 50-yard strike from Hunter Hess to Devin Hardy, and with 11:03 left, it's Osage 29, Eldon 12.
Dealing with fatigue, sleepless nights, and chronic pain? Meet Dr. Beck with 40 years specializing in pain management, clinical nutrition, and board-certified in neuropathy. Boasting new techniques to the industry, including a rib adjustment only available at Beck Wellness. New specialty treatments for headaches, frozen shoulders, peripheral neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, and their brand new knee rehab. All while keeping nutrition top of mind. Call or go online today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
As you dream of your lake life, I invite you to dream bigger. Topsider Condos, the coolest place to live at the lake.
So what do you think? Your dream of living in luxury at Lake of the Ozarks could be but one phone call away. I wouldn't wait. Topsider.
Back here on Lake TV, and Eldon, they stay alive. I know it's still a 17-point game, but they just showed you how quick they can strike.
And I think what they'll do is they'll mark, they will. They will assess the roughing the passer penalty on Osage on the kickoff. So Osage now 6 penalties in the second half. So Eldon will be kicking off from the Osage 45, and onside kick. Why not?
You would maybe anyway, but now that it's at the 45, if it goes to 10 yards, it's going to be at the 35-yard line. Worst case scenario, no brainer. And they're going to have Hunter Hess out there, who I'm sure has practiced this a handful of times.
9 people up for Osage. Boy, big high hop.
Huge hop, and it's fielded all the way back at the 17-yard line. So a decent kick the way it all shakes out. And that took a massive first hop. I guess second hop after the first hop. But man, that thing just shot in the air and over everybody's head.
But it went downfield. You want it to, that's so hard to control. But you want it to try to hang up a little bit to where your kick team has a chance to cover and get on somebody. But it just got too far downfield. It was a good kick to get it up in the air like that to come off that second hop.
What was the Chiefs' all-time great linebacker who actually returned not 1 but 2 onside kicks for a touchdown?
Derek Johnson?
How about Bobby Bell?
Oh, I've met him before.
Yeah, I have also met, I went back and have watched game film, He's one of the most undervalued players to ever play.
Hall of Famer.
I know, and they call him the 69th greatest player on the NFL Top 100. I think he might be the best linebacker to ever do it. Quick pitch outside, and Eldon all over it, and that might be a flag.
I don't know.
I'm glad they didn't call it, but sometimes when you get that pickup, just great pursuit and great tackling, that's going to be a 2-yard loss. Look out here.
I've got to reminisce just a little bit. O.J. Simpson's first year, Buffalo, right? Runs a toss sweep, gets out on the edge, puts this big move on Bobby Bell, lift and separate. I mean, Bell came up and drilled O.J. and put him back. He was an outstanding player. All-American at Minnesota.
And, he punted at the University of Minnesota as well, crazy enough. Here's Aiden Williams, A-Train on 2nd and long, and he gets back up to the initial line of scrimmage. And a little more, that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So I got to ask, Mike, while we're reminiscing and talking Kansas City Chiefs, you're one of the all-time great Chiefs fans in the state of Missouri. You've been to how many Chiefs games over the last 40 years?
A lot.
And so do you have a favorite Kansas City Chief of all time?
I'd have to think on that one a little bit. I mean, that goes back into the 60s,
and
the mid-60s.
And it might have changed since 2017.
I loved Willie Lanier. I loved watching him play, man. And he came to our tailgate one time and hung out for a while. Of course, we
that would have been fun.
We had seafood that night, so.
Here's the handoff to Colonius again, who we haven't heard from. And on 3rd down, Eldon defense gets a much-needed stop. Going to bring up 4th down and 5 from the 21-yard line. An obvious punt situation, and they only allow a minute and a half up to this point in time run off the clock on that possession.
Well, the extra points have hurt Eldon here tonight big time. I mean, just if you just had the single extra points, that would make a big difference here. But you're down 17, so it's a 3-score game.
4th down and 7 now. John Kimmery, the senior, back to punt for Osage. Be a great time for a big return for Beckman. And it's going to be a short, shallow kick.
Oh, no.
Why would you touch it?
Why would you do that?
And it's fielded by Osage on the fumble recovery, and Osage gets a break. Yep, and he has it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, and that's just you see the ball last minute, you think you have to make a play on it, and that's just unfortunate for the young man because hard not to do that, but you really got to know in that situation.
Yeah, and you're going to get great field position, a low snap, and the punter just got rid of it. But the turnover, the second here of the second half on Eldon, and that kind of I'm not sure why the clock's running here. That should have been a dead ball, but
yeah, that's interesting enough. I'm not complaining as the clock continues to run. 8:38 left. Here's the give to Aiden Williams. And he is upended and taken down after a modest gain. Rugen, a nice stop there. He kind of just took the legs out from underneath Williams. And 8:20 left here in the ball game. Osage on their way, it looks like, to their first win of the season. And it's ironic that a year ago, Mike, at 0-3, they come in here to a 3-0 at the time Eldon team and hand them their first loss as they get their first win. You might wonder for Osage, does this catapult them to another run as we head into districts down the stretch?
Yeah, and they've already, in Class 4. Man, you've got to get out of the basement in that. You don't want to be playing the top teams in the first round.
Williams, quick handoff up the middle, and he is just taking that pile for extra yardage. Finally going to be ruled down at the 44, but man, impressive run. Those legs just kept moving and kept moving.
So next Friday night, we see the Zizzers, right?
Yeah, the Zizzers in Camdenton. They have their lone loss against Kickapoo, and since then they have looked really good the last couple of weeks, including tonight. They were up 52-0 at the half, and in our game a couple of weeks ago against Waynesville, Cade Durnan, the senior quarterback, 7 total touchdowns on the night, 6 through the air, Mike. That one on the ground we had last week. Man, what a performance. And here's one up the middle again. Kemery is there. Perfect throw, and once again, it is trusty to Kemery, this time from 44 yards out, the exact distance it was the first time.
Amazing consistency, right?
Yeah.
Two completed passes on the night, both for 44 yards.
Well, one thing's for certain. If the Osage Indians have it on the 44-yard line, on your 44-yard line, you better know what's coming.
So
Wow.
Osage kind of nails this one down. Again, the play action, you've got to stop the run. I can see how that happened. Whether Whistle's going to stop the play here.
You know what's funny is we came in tonight talking about John Kimmery defensively and how he moved from offense, but had a nice game with those 2 catches to the house.
I'm not sure why they stopped the play here. It was offside. I guess it's a dead ball. It's encroachment in high school once you're in the neutral zone, so they'll move it up a little bit closer.
Really cool here off in the distance, the Eldon Airport. You can see an airplane just took off, which is cool to see in the backdrop of a high school football field.
I missed it.
Still kind of see it over there.
Okay.
You look.
Well, I have the A-10s strafe my house. You know, I'm up on that cliff there. They go right over the top of my roof every day. So.
Oh, it's a little fake here. This is design. They wanted to practice a play, and it works to perfection. That was pretty. And I think the reason you do that is not to rub it in your opponent's face. I think it's because you might need to go to that in a closer game. You want to do it in real-time situation.
No, I think you're rubbing it in their face.
I don't know. 37-12 the score. 7:08 left in the ball game. You're watching Lake TV.
Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
As we welcome you back, I want you to get a look at this extra point attempt. It's an option. Childs passes it back to the kicker, and he puts a perfect ball onto Kimmery, who's got 2 touchdowns and now a 2-point conversion to boot on the night. And Osage, a 25-point lead with 7:08 remaining. And for Eldon, after this, they're most likely they're going to fall to 2-2. And for Osage, that first win of the season. But for Eldon, everything's still right out in front of them. Bainland fields that at his own 5-yard line. And he runs into a wall, and he kind of sensed it was coming.
He more than kind of. That was Noah Stevens on special teams down there. The one thing that you really have to kind of watch on that fake, on the 2-point conversion attempt or the fake kick, and there's a flag comes down late. I don't know what this is about. I think it may be an unsportsmanlike of some sort. Substitution thing?
Yeah.
Is that what he called? Okay. But when you see the holder come up off that right knee, he's got to be up there, because if he catches that with that right knee down, it plays over right there. So when you see him kind of stand up, I'd say, I'd start looking around for somebody to cover.
Yep.
What do we got here?
So I think they called delay of game, whatever that means. And they actually...
the crossed arms, isn't that a substitution thing?
I thought so. It also could have been unsportsmanlike conduct. They move them back 5 yards, but they don't deduct the yardage. Still 1st and 10, balls to the 16-yard line, and I will not be able to tell you why that's the case.
Okay. I think I saw a substitution thing. I don't know what it would have been, but
just weird, no yardage marked off or anything, as Beckman with the first down reception, and he's had a handful of catches tonight as he continues to add to his tally.
Only 3 yards. He got pushed out pretty early there. That's his second catch of the second half, and 8 on the night.
You know, in that game last week we had at Camdenton, that we were just, you had the stats at the end of the game, and I saw them afterwards watching that. I could not believe that. Braden Shepard, 12 catches for 224. That's massive.
It is. I mean, Camdenton's traditionally a running type team.
Yeah, not anymore. Here's a nice play for Eldon. A little reverse. Ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by John Kimmery, who's got the return inside the 25-yard line, and another turnover for the Mustangs, and John Kimmery continues to add to his incredible campaign. Defensively, he's done it all night. He's got a sack, a fumble recovery, 2 touchdown catches on the offensive side. John Kimmery and Jason Colonius. Good luck, Coach Jolly, picking your player of the game between those two.
Yeah, that's a shame. Rugen, a nice run there. But the third fumble by Eldon here in the second half. So Osage gets it right back. got a trick play here?
Yeah, maybe, and it'll be interesting because as Osage moves forward, the next 3 weeks, they've got California, Hallsville, and Boonville, all Tri-County Conference games, and be interesting to see if they try anything that, like you said, there's 2 elements to that trick play. I think it's because you may try it later, but an even better point, Mike, you want to put it on game film so your opponents coming up think, oh, that might be something we have to practice for and get ready for, and so... which I've never really thought of that. This late in the game up big, it does give you the opportunity to do those things. Surprised we don't see more of that.
Yeah, boy, Krantz, what a great tackle there on Williams, who's not easy to bring down. He was hitting the line there with a full head of steam. Krantz is a player, man.
Man, I was just going to say, the junior, Eric Krantz, been so impressed with him tonight. Speaking of which, Eric Krantz pulls him down, and VJ Jones assist on the tackle. So 3rd down upcoming for Osage. They lead by 25 points. We're inside 6 minutes to go. For those of you just joining us, it was all Osage early, and then Eldon pretty much dominated the second quarter and looked real sharp to start this second half. But turnovers, costly penalties have been the story for the home team, and Osage has capitalized every time they've gotten a turnover.
Yeah, you can't turn the ball over 3 times in a quarter or a little bit over a quarter and not expect to pay a big price. It's been all Osage here in the second half, except for the one big pass to Hardy.
Here's the give to Colonius, trying to get outside. Still on his feet, taken down. Good piece of tackling, but a positive gain of about 2. Going to bring up 4th and 4, and now we have a official timeout. I think they're going to let him get a water break. Here is the official calls a timeout. So, hey, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, the last 5 minutes, 17 seconds of Eldon and Osage.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
Welcome you back here. 5:17 left in this one. I don't know why the clock is continuing to run. It's only a 25-point game. Is that the mercy rule, is 25 points?
No. And here's a fumble, and that's going to end the drive for Osage as Trusty just has to fall on the ball. I think that was kind of an arbitrary point for the officials to stop for the water break there. I mean, I understand why you do it, but 4th and 7 or 4th and whatever it was.
Yeah.
But that, so once they set the ball, then it had been a running play previous to that. So that's why the clock was running. But usually they would have done it after the 4th down play, or I don't know. It was different.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now I understand why that was the case. So Eldon gets it back down 25. 5 minutes remaining. See if Hunter Hess can air a couple out. We know he's got the ability. Into the flat as his target. A nice gain on 1st down and then some across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line on the reception. Rugen, the senior, once again, and we do have an R veterinary penalty flag.
Yeah, and I think it's a bad block maybe after the play was over. I'm not sure. But it's going to be dead ball. I think the catch is going to count.
Oh, yeah, it's personal foul. So after the positive gainer, that undoes that and maybe then some.
Oh, here it is. Boom. Behind the play.
Beanland, just unnecessary, and it was in the back on top of it. I think some frustration being let out there, which I can understand, but got to keep your cool here. Still a long season left, and no shame, because I'm telling you, we've seen this. The team that comes in with the inferior record a lot of times puts it to their opponent. And so Osage, for the 2nd straight year, going to take it to the Mustangs. Last year it was 28-0. This year up 25. Just 4:45 left, and Eldon trying to put some points on the board.
So the play did count to Rugen.
It did. Beanland on the carry. Kimry slows him down. Beanland still on his feet. Look at him go. Andrew Beanland, the most impressive run we've seen from him tonight, and he is fired up.
I guess so. That was impressive, especially when you look at the scoreboard right now. 4:30 left, 37-12 the game. But he just keeps the legs working. He's not a huge kid, so he just pulls away from Kimry. Not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's a great run as we stay here after Osage burns their first time out of the half. And we're going to take a look at some things coming up on Lake TV. Of course, airing right now, our 11th LOZ featured doc series. We got Tyler Miller with MCon and Monster Energy Racing. We got the privilege of featuring his doc, and that's the 11th of 12 episodes. You can watch all 11 episodes now on demand on Roku, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Fire as well. And then our 12th episode next Thursday is Flower Cove, one of the most pristine, beautiful venues. And I guess it's not a venue. I mean, it's a private dock. But have you ever seen Flower Cove down here at Lake of the Ozarks?
I don't believe so, no.
And you, like me, you've got a little bit of a green thumb. It's all plants and flowers and perennials and annuals. I mean, it's unbelievable, Mike. So 1st down and 10. Hess the handoff to Beanland, and he's got a full head of steam, and here he goes, still on his feet, finally tripped up by guess who? We've called his name all night long, Noah Stevens, but a great run, back-to-back plays for Andrew Beanland. And that's a Beck Wellness Center 1st down all the way down to the 33. I believe that's 24 yards.
That's what I had.
On the 1st down.
And with just under 4 minutes left in the game, Versailles leading El Dorado Springs 30-27. Hang on there, Tigers.
Yeah, that's a solid, close one there, and Versailles down early, but they've really started to, I guess I would say, pour it on, but El Dorado Springs giving them all they want in that one. So 4:03 left. Hess, a lot of pressure, eludes him, throws down the field, has his man. That's intercepted. Nice pick on the play by the Indian coming down with it, Landon Childs. He's had a nice game, and that is the nail in the coffin. And that's the 4th turnover, if it stands, as there is an our veterinary penalty flag in the secondary.
Yeah, Rugen got cleaned up after that. Good job avoiding the sack. And then Rugen, man, that really wasn't much, was it? And that drew the flag, though. Oh, well. So that is the 4th turnover on Eldon here in the second half. I picked that up, man. That really wasn't anything at all to be.
And he waited, which was weird. You see the official waited till after the play and then kind of decided, yeah, I'll throw it. Too long.
It was post-possession change, so it will still be Osage's ball.
And that's a great pick by Childs.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to reach all the way out there, and it was a missile from the arm of Hunter Hess. So as you alluded to, the 4th turnover of the night, if it stands, and officially the nail in the coffin with 3:54 left. And for the Indians, they will ride that short bus ride back to Kaiser will be much more enjoyable at the conclusion of this one.
I would think so. It's post-possession. That's going to be an interception. I don't know what. Are they trying to decide if the penalty be marked off personal foul on Osage? Will they spot it from the 11, which would put it back half the distance to the goal, back to the 5?
Well, I don't see Trusty coming out onto the field, so either they've got a backup quarterback or it's going to be Eldon football.
Well, it'll be half the distance from the spot of the foul, and that's not even the case either, because the foul was at the 11. 2-yard penalty. I have no idea what's going on here. The foul.
So it is Osage football.
Well, yeah, that was never a doubt.
I thought they were going to potentially say that was the long discussion was they were going to call it pass interference potentially, even though it was after the play. Because this makes no sense, it being at the 8-yard line.
Well, no, a personal foul. The flag was dropped to 11, so it doesn't matter.
Colonius, another hard run, adds to his impressive career night. We'll give him 7 up to the 15-yard line. And Crowd starting to thin just a little bit, but man, it was a capacity crowd tonight, Mike. I got here about 5:30 and had to park in front of the school. There were a ton of cars.
Gold Rush here tonight. Some new uniforms for Eldon.
And we saw the mini cheer camp, and they had all of the elementary cheer teams, and I know that's always exciting for the parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, and be looking forward to that here in a few years, Mike.
Well, you certainly will be.
Second down run up the middle, close to first down.
Is that Kimmerer?
Yardage.
No.
This time with the carry for Osage, it's Neubauer. And with 3 minutes to go, it's going to be third down and short. For those of you football fans watching around the area, Camdenton update there. They were up 56-0 at the half. That one's well over down there in Parkview, but Parkview did blank the shutout. It's 56-7 now. Handoff to Colonius. He has first down yardage, lowers his head, and delivers a pretty good hit on the defender. That is a Beck Wellness Center first down.
So El Dorado Springs has taken the lead over Versailles with 1:27 remaining, 33-30. Versailles looking for win number 2 in the season. They've got 87 seconds left to try to get something and get that win on the road.
You got Tyrus Ollison to Reese Murdoch. That's all you need, baby.
Yeah. Reese is a special receiver.
First down handoff, and nice pursuit by Eldon. First guy couldn't get him, but the next two do. Big loss on the play. Going to bring up second down and long, and now I think Eldon.
Drake Williams getting his second carry of the night. He loses 3.
And we have an injured Mustang down on the field, so we'll step aside for a commercial break, and when we return, the conclusion of this one.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
It seems like there's a great high school football rivalry game on Lake TV every Friday night. Here we go again. This week, it's the Lakers and Zizzers squaring off. Perennial playoff contenders and Ozark Conference rivals Camdenton and West Plains square off at the Jaws of Death, Bob Shore Stadium. It all starts with the COMC pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. Will it be the Lakers or Zizzers? Join William Holtz and Mike Bissell Friday night to find out on Lake TV.
Back here for the last minute 53 of this one, week 4 of the high school football season. The Osage Indians came in 0-3, Mike, but they've had their way tonight. Here in the home of the Mustangs, they're up big and going to improve to 1-3, and that's always big getting that first one. You talk about falling into the cellar of those district seedings and standings, and goes a long way, especially when you got Hallsville coming to town next week.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier in the conference, that's for sure.
Colonius, another big one here. It's going to be a foot race across midfield, and he's going to be caught inside the 35-yard line. They mark him right at the 35-yard line, so we'll give him 46 yards, but there is a penalty flag down.
And they move it. Well, that's a big run to have to take off the board on a bad block, apparently. Personal foul on Osage. Boy.
Maybe a chop block?
I don't know, a little chippy here late in the game. We'd get this one over with, man. That was Jalen Beckman who was shaken up on the play and caused that delay. Didn't cause a delay. He had to take care of him, but he was able to walk off under his own power. So Jalen, hopefully.
Man, he's an athlete. We saw him tonight, quick speed. Didn't get a ton of opportunities. Did have like 8 catches, and anything thrown his way, he seemed to come down with. And with speed like that paired with good hands, he's proven to be a great weapon for Hunter Hess. And for Eldon fans watching, and those of you with interest for the Eldon Mustangs, no shame. This is a good Osage team, had a really tough schedule through 3 weeks, and you're going to get right back at it for the Mustangs, as they're actually the ones that are going to have Hallsville here next week.
Right.
And then Southern Boone the following week with 3 home games back to back to back. As for Osage, they get a pretty tough California team down in Kaiser next week before they get their turn with Hallsville the following week. Of course, we'll be in Camdenton next week for West Plains, and the following week we'll have that Hallsville at Osage game. Week 8 we'll have California at Eldon, and then week number 9 we'll have Booneville at Eldon. So we'll end with back-to-back games right here in Eldon with 37 seconds left, and your final score being 37-12. I'll let Mike wrap it up, and I'll see you during our Slumberland at the Lake post-game show from the field.
And I think they will have to snap the ball. Well, no, they don't actually. The officials did a good job of not spotting the ball real quick there, so no need to run another play. School of the Osage does get the win. They go to 1-1 in conference play and 1-3 overall. An impressive 37-12 win over the Eldon Mustangs. Their record evens up at 2-2 for Eldon, and the turnovers in the second half 4 really kind of stopped any opportunity they may have had to get themselves back in this game. Our post-game show is coming up next right here on Lake TV.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. It seems like there's a great high school football rivalry game on Lake TV every Friday night. Here we go again. This week, it's the Lakers and Zizzers squaring off. Perennial playoff contenders and Ozark Conference rivals Camdenton and West Plains square off at the Jaws of Death, Bob Shore Stadium. It all starts with the COMC pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. Will it be the Lakers or Zizzers? Join William Holtz and Mike Bissell Friday night to find out on Lake TV.
Beautiful flowers, plants, and custom paintings. That and a whole lot more on our next edition of the LOZ featured doc series presented by Jonathan Hartenstein, broker associate with Lake Ozark Real Estate. We're at the 9-mile marker of the Glaze Arm for Flower Pot Cove. Don't miss our next LOZ featured doc.
Hi, I'm Greg Surdyke from Surdyke Yamaha in Osage Beach. For over 50 years, Surdyke Yamaha has produced an after-the-sales service, during the sales service. You ride on our reputation, and we need a lot of good employees to come help make that dream happen. So what we're looking for sales, we're looking for parts, we're looking for service. We're in Osage Beach. You can contact us at SurdikeYamaha.com, get on our website, do an application. Again, we're at Surdyke Yamaha. We've been doing it for 50 years, and we're going to keep on going. We want some good employees like you to come be part of the team.
As you dream of your lake life, I invite you to dream bigger. Topsider Condos, the coolest place to live at the lake.
So what do you think? Your dream of living in luxury at Lake of the Ozarks could be but one phone call away. I wouldn't wait. Topsider.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's time for the Slumberland Furniture postgame show. At Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, they are bringing happy home. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Time for your Slumberland at the Lake post-game show, and first win of the season, a big one, 37-12 here in Eldon. Coach, congratulations on the big W.
Appreciate it. It was nice to get on the other side this week, and like I said, a lot of really good things out of tonight, so I'm anxious to get back and look at the film.
Coach, was really impressed with your game plan coming in. Obviously, everyone keys in on Aiden Williams, and you guys seem to establish something with Colonius, and he had a career night tonight, was running wild.
Jason's one of our hardest working kids we have in our program. He plays both ways. He kicks for us. He does everything. So, and as like I said, we try to be balanced. When everybody talks about what do, we just try to balance out and keep things even. Like you said, when somebody's taking something away, we have the opportunity to take advantage of something else.
A year ago, Coach Jolly, we watched your team start 0-3, win 7 in a row, go on an incredible run. You guys get your first win of the season. Do you feel like you guys are playing your best football?
I think we'll just win 7 in a row. Because, listen, the last couple of weeks, that's what we've talked about. Been 0-3, and we win 7. So I think we're just going to go with that. We got a lot of work to do, but we have talked about that 7 in a row from last year for a long time. I'm excited about this one. We'll try to get 2 in a row next week. But, yes, it's the kids are putting pieces together, and it's obvious that we're getting better each week.
One thing I noticed tonight was the maturation of your sophomore quarterback, Maverick Trusty. Even though he was 0-for-3 in the first half, a couple of drop passes, but his decision-making, including on jumping on a fumble down here on this end, just to take the loss and live to see another down, it looks like he's really starting to mature as a quarterback.
Yeah, and we talked about it before. I mean, you can only simulate so much stuff in practice. So the more situations he gets in out here, just hopefully they don't cost you. But no, he's a good. I mean, he's a dude, man. He's our starting quarterback for a reason. And I tell people he got the starting spot during basketball season. Watching him hit those threes out there and just stay cool and calm. And so it speaks for a lot, and especially being a dual sport athlete and stuff like that. So now Maverick's going to lead us, and like I said, I think the guys are excited about following him.
A lot of guys had big nights tonight, from Jason Colonius to John Kimry. But the guy I want to talk about, Landon Childs, he started the night with a huge play on special teams. Wasn't a perfect snap, and he had the wherewithal to tuck it and end up getting the 2-point conversion, which I know the score was big at the end, but for a while it looked like that 2-point conversion was going to be a big difference maker.
After he come over here and talk a little bit, he's the guy that's been probably the most consistent in our program. He's not necessarily a vocal leader, but, man, he leads every other way. He's been sick for like 6 days, so you couldn't hear him when he talked. We have other guys missing practice because they don't feel good, and this dude's been here every single day, and that's why he comes out and balls like this, and so it doesn't surprise me about him. He's one of our dudes, and you'll be talking about him for a while.
Yeah, and that brings him on in. We're going to get tonight's Show Me Zero player of the game, Landon Childs. Coach Jolly, congrats, and thanks for your time, brother. All right, Landon, started the night with a crazy play on special teams. You get to do the place holding. It was a high snap, and you had the wherewithal to tuck it. What was going through your mind on that play?
Well, I was just waiting for the perfect snap, and it was a little high, so I just took it.
Your night gets off an incredible start. You made great plays defensively all night long across the field, and then you sealed tonight's victory with a stellar interception. How good did that feel?
It feels really good, but it all starts up front with those big boys giving pressure and outside linebackers giving pressure.
Incredible. Now you get to play with a lot of good playmakers, but something tells me after getting your first win, we've seen Osage go on a run before. You guys got to feel pretty good leaving Eldon tonight.
Yeah, we're going to feel pretty good. We're going to celebrate for a little bit, but then we're going to go right into next week.
You guys got California at Osage. Tri-County Conference matchup gets started. Good luck in that one, my friend, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. That's the Show Me Zero player of the game, Landon Childs. This message brought to you by MoDOT. Remember, my friends, eyes up, phones down, buckle up, drive sober, and slow down. These simple decisions save lives, and it's even more important during Bike Fest weekend here at Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to take a commercial break and be right back on our Slumberland at the Lake postgame show.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Want to let you know we have one more week of our big national sales around Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and all the luxury brands of mattresses. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic sleep systems, $800 on Stearns & Foster. We can deliver, set them up, show you how to use them, and get a great night's sleep. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Sometimes we take things for granted, but it truly is the little things in life that make a big difference and give us our best memories. At Millard Family Chapels, we honor and celebrate those cherished memories, no matter how small, because we know it's those special moments that mean the most to the families we serve.
At Millard Family Chapels, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life.
Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
We're back at Victor Field in Eldon. School of the Osage picks up the win here tonight, 37-12 to get their first win of the season. They're 1-3. Eldon falls to 2-2. Let's take a look at the final numbers. First of all, for School of the Osage, Trusty, 3 carries minus 15 yards, took some sacks. Can't put a whole lot into those numbers. Williams, a lot of carries in the second half. 20 total for 89 yards. Got most of that yardage, 72 of it in the second half. Colonius, huge night. 14 carries for 142. Most of that coming in the first quarter of play and getting a couple of touchdowns to give Osage a lead that they never did surrender. Williams, 2 carries minus 2 yards. Dubs, 1 carry for 9 yards, but it was good for a touchdown. And Neubauer, 1 for 3 yards. So rushing on the night for School of the Osage, 41 attempts, 226 yards rushing, and no turnovers. The passing stats pretty easy to figure out. Kimmery, 2 catches for 44 yards. Both were good for touchdowns. That totaled 88 to go with a 226 rushing. 314 net from scrimmage for School of the Osage. Again, no turnovers, but 8 penalties and 58 yards. All those penalties, by the way, coming in the second half of play. Hunter Hess had 7 carries for 3 net yards. Again, had some losses with sacks. Andrew Beanland, 12 carries, 72 yards. Rugen had 2 for 10. Collins, 1 for 2. And Jalen Beckman had 1 for 1 net yard. So 88 yards rushing for Eldon on 25 attempts. 3 fumbles, though, in the second half. The passing stats for Hunter Hess, pretty good numbers. Hardy had 3 catches for 99 yards. 8 for 56 for Jalen Beckman. Smithson had 3 for 29. And Rugen, 1 for 18. So 88 yards rushing, 202 through the air for Hunter Hess. He was 15 of 22, did have the 1 pick, and 290 yards from scrimmage for Eldon on the game. They had 8 penalties for 70 yards. Once again, the final score here from Eldon, 37-12. School of the Osage gets the win.
It's time for the Slumberland Furniture postgame show. At Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, they are bringing happy home. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Back here on the field on your Slumberland at the Lake post-game show. Your final from Victor Field at Eldon. The Osage Indians get their first win of the season, improving to 1-2. Your final score, 37-12. As for Eldon, their record evens up at 2-2. They'll be right back here next Friday here at Victor Field, where they play host to Hallsville, who are 3-1 on the season after tonight's win. As for the Osage Indians, they're going to travel back home, and they'll be playing against the California Pintos, another Tri-County Conference matchup. Again, your final tonight, 37-12. The Osage Indians too much, whether it was Maverick Trusty at the quarterback position, John Kimmery on all 3 phases, Jason Colonius, or Landon Childs and crew. The Osage Indians took care of business tonight on your Lake TV game of the week. For the entire crew here from Lake TV, including our ground cam operator, Sean Kober, who took a nasty spill, got right back up. Big shout out to him for sticking with it, and he's holding the camera right now. The man, the myth, the legend, and our entire crew in the truck with Andrew, with Megan, with Sierra, with Robbie, Spencer, David, and everybody else. Mike Bissell in the booth. I'm William Holtz with Lake TV. Until next Friday night, my friends, good night and God bless.
Live high school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts and brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland at the Lake, Crown Power and Equipment, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Cool Breeze Marine, our Veterinary, Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, Owner Associate, Ozark Homes, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.